Good evening. Some said it was over. Some said it would never be again. But we are here. We are back with a royal mess. We're starting off with the classic duo where it began back in the day with myself and Paula. And we do have some other scallywags that will be coming to join us. I just want to say, Paula, before we get into anything, how are you? You're looking fabulous. How is life? And fill us in on what's been going on with you.
Buenas tardes. You should learn that one because in the
Buenas
mornings,
tardes.
yeah, when we do the morning thing is buenos dias, but now it's buenas tardes.
Okay, I'm with
Well,
you.
what I've been doing, well, I've had some conversations with City.
Mhm. Okay.
She knows the word bath. So
Oh,
when she hears the word bath,
freaks out.
it's, yeah, she looks at me, she wiggles her tail, she goes and hides. It's absolutely insane with this woman, like, and I bathe her with warm water. I don't even use warm water.
What? Okay, listen. I understand the life of a diva dog. All right, I've had one
Not
of
a diva dog. Let me stop you right there. She's
them.
my diva daughter.
Yes, I'm with you there, 100%. She's a wee character. We gotta love her. We gotta love her. But
I don't know
what?
what I do without her. You know that I was getting my radiation therapy, right? And
Yeah,
I go in the mornings, which is why I haven't been able to join you sometimes in the
yeah,
daily morning thing, right? And so I was leaving her here, but it's like dogs have a sixth sense, right? And she would cry every time I went, and sometimes I come back and I'm really sick, and she just lies by my feet and stuff like that. So they allowed me to bring her. So she's happy when she comes with me. She's happy and she behaves. Usually she's misbehaved.
yeah,
When she's there and everybody loves her, and and she serves like support for other people's there.
yeah,
So it's pretty awesome, and I'm very thankful to the doctors for that because she's amazing.
yeah. She's a great wee dog. She really is. I just want to say as well. I think Sean is still live. So we will get into all this as soon as he finishes his live. Uh,
Oh, he was live.
but we were just talking about Beyonce's Instagram right before we went live.
Oh, and then Oprah is not faring any better. Ooh, ay Dios mío.
It is savage. Like I was saying to Paula that I was watching Sean's live with the remote viewer, and she was talking about Beyonce, and then Paula was like, "You need to go and see Beyonce's comment section right now. It is a savage wasteland." And I mean, the first comment with 6,500 likes is the comments didn't disappoint.
They're
It's too good.
they're holding her accountable.
It's too good. Why did I can't believe she's got over 300 million followers. That's mad. That is mad. I just want to say, uh, oh man, let's pretend that nothing happened. Oh, it's too good. It's too good. Beyonce trying to act cute after she eliminated several people. We know everything. Oh, aye. This is. If you watch the Daily Show, you can bet your sweet backside that we're definitely going to be diving into the nooks and crannies of all of these suspected evil energy sources comment sections, because I'm telling you, there is. Oh,
And
yeah,
why is Beyonce looking more and more like a white woman every single day that I look at her? Why can't she look proud with her fro, and really show off her heritage? I
yeah.
don't understand that. Once they get famous, they don't want to look the like they are their heritage. They move away from the heritage. Can you imagine me coming here blonde in one of these things?
Well, yeah. Well, let's go the other way. What happens if I turned up and I'd went for like a 16 layer spray tan? Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
or an
People
afro.
would
If you
go,
showed up with
"What?"
afro,
They'd go mad. They'd go mad. Do you
no,
know?
yeah, it's cultural appropriation.
Well, listen, I'm very, very sorry, right? But if that's the case, no one in America should be getting married in a kilt. Okay? Okay, cultural appropriation. If your hair isn't naturally straight, surely you don't want to go against other people's cultures, right? It's
Yes.
fucking madness, man. I just want to say those are
You
none
can't
of
even
those are
braid
my
your hair
points of
because
view.
they say you're wearing braids. That's
Yeah,
cultural appropriation. It's like,
yeah.
shut
Well, listen, I'm from Scotland, right? So technically, we pretty much built everything, right? Well, one way or another, Scotland is the mothership, all right? So we own it all, and that's no, I'm just kidding. But I just want to say none of these views are actually what I think. I'm just busting people's chops. But you know what's interesting? We just this and before we go into the royal stuff, I just want to comment on this. So. Put a one in the side chat if you know the Saya rabbit hole concerning the singer Saya and all of these weird tweets that she's put out where there's hidden messages and all this stuff. I went down a weird rabbit hole, right, and went into the video of the for the song Chandelier, right, where you've got the young performance artist looking like she's in a fucking like Slovenian human transportation flat. Well, Paula, I noticed this. I noticed this in the background of the video. Okay, and this is on the wall in the back of Saya's video. All I can make out with it is I offer myself to thee to build with me and to do with me as thy will. And then I can't read any of this or any of this.
It says something sale, something of sale.
Oh no, this is an oath you take to a demonic entity. This is you offering up your flesh and body in a deal. Okay, that was pinned on the wall in front of a table with a kid's cuddly toy that was a baby in a rabbit's outfit. Rabbits are symbology for the younglings, shall we say.
Yeah.
And I need help translating the rest of this. I've posted it in Discord. I've tried to blow it up as much as I can. I'm going to put it through AI to see if I can upscale it and then depixel it and then see if the AI can read it. But that is mad, right? There's so much in the Saya music videos. I had to phone Queenie and rant about it for 20 minutes yesterday because I thought I was going crazy. And the one where Shia LaBeouf and the little girl are in the cage and they're dancing is a complete metaphor for everything that's going on in Hollywood right now. Okay. And maybe later I'll take you all on the ramblings of Ron Swanson. And we'll go through it all because it's a bonkers. There we go. Almost 1100 now. That's a bit better. But that's what happens when the boss man is too entertaining. Do you know what I'm saying? He's had everyone locked down. I think he had 2,500 people on YouTube just hypnotized with his show. And I just want to say to everybody, thank you everyone for all of your support with Julia, with the Royal Mess, with my crime show, with my daily show, with everything that Sean's putting out. I just can't thank all of you guys enough. I say it every time and I mean it, right? I mean it. Without all of you guys, none of us exist. Without people pinning their ears back, whether it's for news or expose or just for some entertainment. Without that, all of this falls apart, okay? And I don't mean personally, I mean, across the entire internet. So thank you to all of you. Right, a little bit more maybe at the end of the show about all of this. Paula, I can see you have got a screen to share, which usually
that's Oprah's. That's Oprah's. This is brutal.
Oh, yeah.
And isn't it funny because these are all people linked to Meghan Markle? Oprah, she posted this thing, right? And look at the comments. Why did you accuse Michael Jackson if your friend Diddy was the culprit? Hands covered in blood. And then she goes, Diddy, Oprah, Weinstein, handler.
Yeah.
What is justice? There is nothing that can be done in secret that is not revealed. Masks fall. God is justice. Why did you accuse? Let me translate for you. What have you done to Michael Jackson? May justice be served. God knows the truth.
Well, here's the theory. Here's the theory, Paula, right? Here's the theory. Women,
the devil, look at that. I am kitty. I'm the devil.
Women tend to have an extra gift in the magic world. Let's just go with that, right? And some argue that it's a falseness of men men's power within
Mm.
the regular world because of how much control the women, the witches, shall we say, have in their department. And I mean, how we've been speaking about Beyonce all week. We've been speaking about Oprah, and I'm so pleased to have heard what. Well, I'm not pleased, but you know what I mean. It was almost like what we've been saying about Beyonce, the conspiracies, all got validated today on Sean's channel. It was Beverly, yes, Beverly. What an amazing interview. Totally down my street. Do you know what I'm saying? Like 100%. All the mystical stuff. That is my bag. Yeah, yeah. Do you know what? Do you know what? Do you know what it feels like, Gix? It feels like the passing of the torch. Okay, but the torch doesn't want to be passed. Do you see what I'm saying? I feel like Oprah doesn't want to hand over the flame, metaphorically speaking.
It is actually quite. I don't understand why this woman hasn't. At some point, people have to look at this woman and say, buck up the truck a little bit because this woman has been photographed. I think we talked about it in the daily thing that I told you that this woman at least is an equal opportunity per predator because she flies all the way across the world when she flew to see John of God and stuff like that. It's
Who we talking Beyonce, Megan, or Oprah?
Oprah.
Oprah. Yeah, okay, that's fine.
She flew across the world um to see John of God because he refused to go see her. So she flew all across the world to go meet this God, this amazing man. She couldn't praise him enough in his show. And then when these predators are exposed, no denouncing them.
Someone just said Megan's Mole was cancelled. Someone tries to cancel Megan's Mole every week, mate. Don't worry about it. It's just called life on the internet. All right, but nah, Megan's Mole's not been cancelled, man. You can't cancel the freight train. You having a laugh? Like you
Listen,
having a laugh?
Megan Small. I'm not even gonna say this. I don't know how to say this because, I'm not gonna say she's like she's unsinkable because we know what happened to Titanic. But Megan Small, I mean, she is so lovely. Number one, she's so lovely. She's on point.
But
Um,
that's what I mean. What are they going to say? Oh, we're going to show your face. Oh, that's all they've got on her. She's a normal, nice, lovely lady.
no, she's beautiful. She's pretty though.
See what I'm saying? So that's the best person. When I've got my friend group online, when the people who have no nasty secret world start getting called out over the most menial crap, right? They're doing the job right. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you
I
got
just,
you got to
I
remember as well.
I just have a bone to pick with Christopher Posey, and I'm gonna share this thing here now
Okay.
because it's been annoying me, like, and you know how I get. Now, I'm a little bit more chill now, but
Huh. Yeah. Sure.
I'm a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Let's
So
go
let
with that.
me share this screen here with you.
Okay. Hang on. I'm just grabbing. Uh, I'm just grabbing the link. Sorry about that, everybody. I forgot I have Twitter now and I need to post things on it. There we go. Yeah, I got your link. Why
It says,
would you
Christopher
think that?
Posey, this YouTuber creator threatens Meghan and calls her an escort. If you look at the video I was doing, and the name of my video was Princess Catherine Has Cancer, Let's Show Our Love. And he chose this video to expose me. So he would link Catherine to something evil I said. If you can understand the evilness of this idiot, you know what I mean? Because he wanted to link Catherine that I'm doing something, a video to help Catherine. Why didn't he choose another video where I'm actually, he could have chosen one of the videos because I do many videos about Meghan Markle days of yachting, and Soho housing. He could have chosen one of them videos. No, he chose the video of Princess Catherine Has Cancer. Let's show our love. And I just want to say something to Bozy. I have never threatened this escort. You got the tweet half right. I have never threatened the escort.
Allegedly.
I've never threatened the escort. you know? So just get your facts right.
Yeah, get your facts right.
If she
She-
feels threatened by what I say, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Then me personally threaten her.
Yeah, but you got to remember it's 2024, and if you offend me, technically, I can say you're being violent. Okay, because that's a woke thing, isn't it? If someone says something that upsets you, you can say, "Excuse me, but I will not have." It's freaking P Dinah, just P Dinah, just out of nowhere. What is that all about? How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Life's it's an interesting game sometimes.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, listen, the fact that you guys are here, the side chats here, we're all having a good time. I'm having
Mm-hmm.
a good time. So how are you?
Dina.
I was just hanging in there. Just wanted to stop in for a little bit to say hello. I know you guys are talking about some really interesting things.
Hey, Dina, have you seen the comment section of Beyonce and Oprah on Instagram?
No, what's going on?
Brutal.
It's
Beyonce and Oprah. Oprah's been called the devil. So why did you silence Michael Jackson because of your friend Diddy? Like it's
They're
brutal.
brutal. They're taking them down. This is the thing. A lot of celebrities are going down. A lot. We're going to be so anti-celebrity. It's going to be crazy. You just watch. It's coming down. It's already starting to happen.
I'm getting out of all the times that someone like this, P Dinah, has been
Hmm.
caught. I've never felt a spidey tingle like this one. Right? We
Right.
might not get all of them. Right? We might
Yeah.
not get all of them. The stack of cars might not fall to the ground.
Hmm.
But my God, we might see one or two. We might see a
Yeah.
couple blow off the bottom. Right? Just
Yeah. Really shocking ones. Yeah. I
yeah.
agree. Hmm.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
Pidena, there's also this thing that there's this TikToker who just released the list. Apparently, there was a list that was released from P Diddy, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And
Hmm.
Beatrice, Eugenie, Harry are on that list, and not just as known acquaintances, but who attended exclusive parties of
Oh.
Diddy.
Wow. I think people would be surprised to know what happens with people that we think would never do certain things. I think we really would be surprised because at the end of the day, they're human just like we are, right? But sometimes they have a facade, they have an image to uphold, and that's what we usually see. But on the down low, people, they may have a side to them that only the inner circle sees. And the fact that the inner circles are now being exposed, now you're going to start seeing it. And that is
yes.
what is so shocking.
Yes.
You know? Yeah.
It's
Act
one
not
of
surprised.
it's one of those situations where when we're at this point now, when we have too many people, right, that get the one, everyone gets one of the, oh, I never realized my friend was a massive weirdo and owned an island. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
you're just going to have to take my word for it. Sure. Okay. But when it's a second time, when it's a third time, okay, and do you see what I mean? And it's all
Yeah.
the same people that are intermingled. We have to refer back to, the people that you surround yourself with. If you see,
Yes. Yes.
and it's one thing if you're forced into it through the position you're in, whether it's politics or whatever, and you're surrounded by weirdos, maybe. But when
Mm-hmm.
you are the driving force,
Mm.
it is crazy. And we see here as well, Diddy struck off Prince Harry and William from party list. I'm sure they really did. I'm sure that's not something that's just being pushed out to quam people. I'm sure it's
Mm-hmm.
not. The
But
fact
that's
that
a
he
lie.
can
That's
mention it,
a lie. I mean, William didn't go to parties, but Harry did go. And I mean, the thing with Harry on Spare, I don't know if you agree with me, Pidina, but
Mm-hmm.
Spare was an eye opening for me in the sense that Harry let it slip that he was coming to the United States without us knowing about it. I mean, he was in Courtney Cox's home doing mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
we didn't know about that trip, did we? Until he said that.
Until he says something. That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's and Beatrice and Eugenie, I mean, there's a lot gonna come out of these people, and I think this is damage control what's happening right now, but the list is starting to come out. And the guy, I mean, there's some people, and the list that's coming out is not like, oh, they were in his phone book. So we understand that some celebrities, of course, because he was at the
Mhm.
very fiber of everything. I'm sure that some celebrities did interact with him innocently,
Mhm.
Yeah, well, here's
Mhm.
the thing. When we've seen the pictures of William and Harry and Diddy and Kanye West, none of them were wearing white. This was at like I think a charity event from years
It was
ago.
the Princess Diana
Yeah,
concert when she
it
was
was some
28 years old, something
exactly.
like
So when it comes to these images, keep in the back of your mind, focus on the ones where everyone's in white. That's the parties that we're referring to, but also keep in mind, we know now that it's a layered system of screening people. You get to come to the normal party, then behind door number 2 is a slightly
Mhm.
crazier party, and it continues and it continues and it continues.
Mhm.
And we watched a movie collectively as a community movie night the other night on Discord, and we watched a movie called Blink Twice. Okay,
that. I heard that. Oh, Pidana, you have to watch that
What
movie.
is it
so
about?
it's about a man, a billionaire, who buys an island so that him and his billionaire friends can go
Mhm.
out there, dress in white, and paint sex workers and regular girls' nails white, and have massive orgies where they drug people
Oh
and
my
no
god.
one remembers. Oh, and by the way, they record it all as well.
Oh my
But
gosh. Which
now,
what platform did you see it on?
oh well, here's the thing, P. Dinah.
Uh,
This has
uh,
got this has got Channing Tatum in it. This is a serious movie, and it came out
oh.
Oh
in
my God,
theater.
he's hot.
But listen, it came out in
Oh,
August
sorry, I meant to say
23rd.
he's a good actor. He's a good actor.
It came out in the USA, P. Dino, on August 23rd. Have you not heard of it? Bit suspicious, right?
No, I haven't. Well, I haven't heard of. I'm sorry. What platform was it again?
It, it,
Netflix.
it's now on Amazon. It's now available to stream, but it was in theaters all across America
Oh,
in August.
okay. I'll have to watch that then. Blink twice or
Blink Twice, and I tell you something, they focus on, because we all kind of know the theory of these parties. We all kind of know the information, and they really focus on the chemistry of
mm-hmm.
how chemicals can be used to suppress memories and things like this, and the twists in this. I'm telling you now,
Mm.
I paid 20 quid to get it on Amazon so that we could all watch it, and
Mm-hmm.
I missed so much because I was doing the side chat and things like this. I had to go back and watch it because I think I missed some of the finer nuances. That is another one, Kizzy Bits. Eyes Wide Shut.
That was
If you,
tough.
Yes.
if you haven't seen Eyes Wide Shut,
Yeah.
it's the pinnacle.
Oh, it's Zoe Kravitz. It's the daughter of Lenny Kravitz, who's a
Yeah,
mighty fine-looking man.
yeah,
Lenny Kravitz is one of my, but of course he's a great singer too. But he's so
yeah,
hot.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah. Watch Blink
Have
Twice.
you seen those TikToks he does when he does exercise and he's hanging from the ceiling and he's shirtless? He has no shirt, of course, and then he's doing those abs where he lifts his leg all the way up.
I've never seen that.
Oh
God
my God!
damn.
I'm gonna send you the TikTok.
Yeah, man. The next
Okay.
the next person that takes Paula out on a date is going to get torn apart like a freaking rotisserie chicken by this woman. I'm telling you now. Okay, she's stuck up in the hills in a fantastic country with a fantastic government. I just want to say big shout out to the
I do
Nicaraguan.
want to ask. I do want to ask Pat something. What is your take on Diddy? How do you think this is going to blow out the royal family? Why do you think there hasn't been any? Not even Fergie has commented on anything. Why do you think there
Yeah.
hasn't been anything? It's like, oh,
Fergie didn't get invited. No one invited Fergie. She was wanting to go at the parties. No one invited Fergie, man. I hate to
I
break it to her.
yeah, it's really difficult to pin it down to something specific. I think if anything, it's the association, and I think when certain names do get released, it's gonna be some backlash. It's not gonna look good for them. But this is the thing. I don't know that if I were a celebrity, I'd be doing everything I could to settle any pending lawsuits. I would not want my name to get released. And I think that is what's happening. I think a lot of people are working behind the scenes to make deals so that the names never get seen. And the
Oh,
only way I think it will happen is if there's a leak from the dark web to regular, the internet. And I don't know if that can happen or how that
Oh,
works,
okay.
but
Oh, that could definitely happen. That can
yeah,
definitely happen.
yeah. So I think that's how it could happen. But I think they definitely have some skeletons. I mean, listen, I mean, I believe people like
So,
Jaguar Wright, I just believe she's credible. I mean, I think she's got like a 99% accuracy rate. So if she says something, I think you take it pretty seriously. I mean, that's
um,
my opinion though.
But didn't you see this guy on Piers Morgan who tried to
Yes.
discredit her? I
I
was
did,
like,
and he was appalling. He was an idiot.
oh,
You know
Vlad.
why? Because he's
Vlad, his
the
name
kind of
was.
guy that just, you are the one that is making all this money off of these rappers and select. His name's Vlad, right? He
yeah,
is
yeah,
the one that is really using and exploiting and doing all that he is doing to make money. So of course he's going to try to minimize it because this is his demographic. These are the people that he relies on. These are the people that he speaks to up their profile. So he's not going to come at it from a perspective that is objective, really, because he wants them to be vindicated, I believe, because it serves him well that they are vindicated so that he has the access. We all know the common word access. He's the typical kind of person that would get access. So he's not going to want to out these people. Of course, he's going to say what he says about Jaguar, which is, I think it was just wrong how he did. Me and my husband both, we were like, what? We like, mm-mm.
oh,
He
you
was,
too. Oh, you two were angry. I was so upset, Bedina. It's like, and then I
yeah.
don't believe anything she
Hang on,
says. Well,
hang on.
hold
One
wait
second.
a minute,
I
buddy.
just want to ask P. Danny something. So, just going back to what you were saying about them going through the tapes and deals and things like this, right? So,
Mm,
from what you're saying, we have to assume then there's going to be a big pile of victim tapes and a big pile of victim names, and then there's going to be a big pile of criminals, the people that are doing the actual crimes. But
mm-hmm.
what do you think happens when this has been going on so long? Eventually, we see some of the victims merging into the realm of the abusers. How do you think it's going to balance out, and
Mm-hmm.
how much covering up do you think there's going to be? Because I think we all really, if we ask ourselves honestly, I think we know this is the potential to go right the way to the White House within America, and
Oh
probably
yeah.
further.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I think yeah.
how much damage control do you think there's going to be, and do you think we're going to see victims morphing into predators? Shall we say?
Yeah, I think some of the victims, because that's how it is usually, right? Usually
Yeah,
predators have been victims, and I think
yeah,
that will definitely be a big part of it. A lot of apologizing, a lot of remorse, and trying
yeah.
to rebrand and to, change their image. I just think it's going to be so unprecedented, and I think all of this really has gotten started with social media. Social media has changed so much, so many norms of Hollywood. This goes back way to the founding of Hollywood. All the things that we're seeing now and all social media did was expose a lot of the things that were once underground. And so now that's what we're seeing. It's going to be so unprecedented, so unbelievably shocking that it's going to change things forever. Like it's not going to be the same when it comes to celebrities and trying to run your PR the way you used to, because everything is going to be out in the open. People are going to be exposed. I think it's just going to be unprecedented what's going to
Yeah.
happen, and a lot of cover up, and a lot of people are going to try to make it so that it doesn't come to light. But I just don't know, with so many people involved, how much of this can really still stay underground. That's the question. I mean, I don't know how easily they'll be able to control that.
Well,
Just
and one thing as well, P. Dinah, is the moral counter of all the legal people involved. Because if it gets,
hmm
we've seen before, when cases become so corrupted and so much is wanting to be hidden, that whistleblowers just info dump everything and burn the world effectively. If you see what I mean, do you think?
hmm
Do you think we could possibly see uh, uh, a persuasive arm from one route or department somewhere that maybe starts leaking things to force change? Do you think we could see that?
That's an interesting question. I mean, I think I think that could happen. I think it's going to be more though organic. It's going to be more just. It's just going to fall like dominoes. I don't know that you can really force it in
Yes.
a way. It's just going to just
So you get
happen.
one, you squeeze them, he gives another 2, you squeeze
Yes.
them, they give
Yeah.
another 4. Okay, yeah. If it
Yeah.
comes to that, they're all going down.
Yeah,
If it
they all
comes
are.
to because I'm telling you, at some point you're going to hit a fairly I've never been in trouble with the law part of Hollywood, and they're going to
Yeah.
realize they're in a world of pain, and they're going to squeal. Everyone's going to squeal. Do you know
Well,
what I mean?
yeah, no, this is how you also have to look at it. Remember that case with those very two high profile actresses that got caught trying to get their children into these colleges and saying and lying about the sports that they played so
Yeah,
that
and they
they could get
paid.
a
Was
this
yeah, okay, the scholarship ones, not the
y-
ones that paid their way in. Yeah, I'm thinking of a different case. Sorry.
well, yeah, I think they did, like, they said that their kids were like these rowboat scholars, or they were really good in sports, and they kind of put their faces on the bodies of people playing the sport to
Woohoo! Oh,
to
that is
manipulate
that,
the
that,
department to think that they were, getting the scholarship to go to
damn.
college, and like that kind of thing was so huge because these were very well known celebrities who had done things that were so underground for years, and it got exposed.
Nah, if you AI your kids' faces onto other kids' faces,
Yes, that's
and
what they
fool,
did.
if
Like,
you fool a college and they fall for that, the kids should get the scholarship. Okay, it should be because I'm telling you now, who does that?
I
Did you ever
know.
did you
It's
ever see
like,
that episode of The Office where Michael puts his face over the ex-husband of his new girlfriend and he sends it out as the Christmas card? Like, who does that? Who does
it's
that?
crazy. I think this is like that. That's what I think of it like. And
Uh-huh.
they had to do, they didn't even, they got a slap on the wrist though. They didn't really go to prison and
Yeah.
because of their celebrity, but it's kind of like that. Who would have thought that they would have gotten caught, right? So yeah.
I want to see the Photoshop work. I want to see if the mum just cut a face out, stuck it over a picture, then photocopied it. Because I swear to
Right.
God, when I grew up in the 80s, my mum worked in display, and it was the era of, you stacked stuff up and you took a photocopy of it and then you blew it up, and that's how you kind of made,
Mm-hmm.
graphic art. And yeah,
Yeah.
I just a very nostalgic feel for when people just cut things out, tape them, and photocopy them.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad. I mean, these tapes are going to be validated as real, though. There's not going to be no copy and paste with these tapes. They're
I
going to
mean,
be authenticated.
there's been some leaks. You're talking about the dark web and things like this. There has already been leaks of still images of the Diddy
There
part.
have been, yes. And I think
Uh,
a lot of blackmailing is going on right now. A lot of people at home sweating.
there's a
They're going to check
Russian
that
guy.
bank account.
I'm telling you, there's like a 17-year-old Russian kid who hacked the right celebrity at the right time who's going to make millions in
That's
Bitcoin.
exactly right. And
Telling
think
you
about the
now.
lawyers. The lawyers.
They're
Think about
trying to
Mr.
forget
Busby.
those parties, P. Dina. They're trying to forget those parties.
That's
They're
right.
probably cussing themselves out. Why did
Heck
I have
yeah, they are. I mean, you look at someone like Mr. Busby, the attorney. He was like, "Oh, we're gonna make some money, okay?" Like he had like over 3,000 people call him. He took about like a little over a
Oh yeah.
hundred
Oh yeah.
cases. Like, think of the other lawyers. Oh, did something happen to you? Because people that had things happen to them are calling out. I saw a girl on TikTok talking about she was abused, and she was talking about how right after it happened, she was forced to sign an NDA, and she was so credible and so broken from what happened to her. Now, these are the girls that are going to be needed by these attorneys that are looking
Yep.
for clients. Like, it's a money grab for a lot of attorneys now. They're going to be trying to, scour the internet for people that have been affected by this, because then they're going to have a case.
Yeah. Well,
It's going to be big.
so one of the weapons they use.
Just let me say something, MP Dina. You have inside information because you were part of Hollywood for a while, and you were
Yeah.
kind of like tempted or
I
presented
was
with the
not a
opportunity.
minor when I went, but I was in situations at parties where, and I was assaulted once.
Shit.
Yeah, I mean, there have been, yes, I'm just telling you, and I have a pretty good head on my shoulders when it comes to certain things, but I was never drugged, but I have been in the scene. I've seen it. I've had things happen, and I can only imagine if you're a young, naive girl, like, you have gotten yourself swept up into some really crazy things. Now, let me just tell you a scenario. Even here in the Midwest where I live, there was a young girl that we knew who got mixed up with R. Kelly.
Oh,
and she would go to LA, visit with him. Like, these are girls that are doing this from all over the country, because keep in mind, these are people that travel, that are in different cities. This is happening across the country. It's not just in California or Atlanta. It's everywhere. It's even here in Ohio. Okay. So it's just prevalent everywhere. And I can just only imagine the girls that want to get, be seen with these people that have money, and they kind of glorize the drug scene, the music, the rap. All of it is just, and then you just look at how they even dance nowadays. I saw a girl at a concert twerking with no panties on and a very short skirt with her vajayjay exposed. Hello. And people are egging her on. It's like
well,
we have become so deplorable. We have
hold on.
really lost our moral fabric as a country, and especially around this music. It is disgusting. I hate it because it
Yeah,
gets the worst. It brings out the worst in people to want to glorify this kind of music, and it's just creating problems around
yeah,
sexuality and your morality, and it's like it's Sodom and Gomorrah, and it's terrible.
You
yeah.
know,
I get your
and where
point.
are these kids'
Oh,
moms? Where are these kids' moms?
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, you have to, and that brings me to the point, to the work that I do
For
in
the
my
sheep?
charity. A lot of these parents they're just as bad as the children. They're just as bad. And some of the parents are out partying themselves. There was a case here that lady had 4 kids, locked her kids in the closet and left to go party. And she's got 4 minor children. Okay? Like, the parents are just as bad. That's where the parents are. They're out there partying too.
yeah,
There are a lot of kids that fall through the cracks, that don't come from stable homes, don't
yeah.
come from homes where the parents care, know where their kids are. It's more than people know. And that's what is so shocking, because I always think, who are their parents? That's who their
But
parents are.
this is the thing, P. Dina. I mean, we talk about I imagine semi-crazy lady that locks her 4 kids in the cupboard. I imagine they don't come from the best walk of life, right? But when
Right.
we look at the other side of the coin, and 7 friends go to Portugal together and then decide to just leave all their kids in a hotel room while they go
Right.
out to have some tapas, okay?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
and it exists across the board. And whether we want to say that was something totally fishy, or whether we want to say that was something orchestrated, there is this subsection of parent who doesn't give a rat's ass. Okay.
Yep. There
Uh,
is. Yep.
and it's very sad. It's very,
Mm-hmm.
very sad, because you've got two versions of it. You've got the ones that keep going until they implode, and it's very, very visual and public, if you know what I mean. And then you've got
Mm-hmm.
the ones that do it all behind the scenes and portray a normal life, and
Right.
their chaos is behind closed doors. And you know,
Chaos.
one's
Yeah.
easier taught than others is really what I'm saying. Um, oh,
Yeah.
listen. I was watching. That is my kind of guest, Amy, talking about evil energies and all that. I mean, she's my kind of lady. So as far as Diddy, and as far as the Royals go, and as far as this whole freaking mess goes, what are your guys' thoughts, or what's going to happen in the sort of coming week? Do you think there's going to be more victims coming forward? Do you think there's going to be ever growing cases? And one of the things that Paula had mentioned was there's always a danger of fake plants being put in a case like this, so that when it comes to trial, they can all be discredited, and it kind of derails the case, if you see what I mean. Because we know one of Diddy's weapons, and one of the weapons for all of these party goers, is if you've got 2 potential victims in a room and 6 of your friends are there that are all in it, and the rest of the witnesses are all sex workers, there's a good chance those sex workers are going to be discredited as witnesses the instant that the lawyer writes their name down. And it was
Mm-hmm.
interesting to me when people said, why are people only talking about this now? And I realized how long Jaguar had been talking about it. And of course, she herself was a dominatrix. And that's why she'll have been discredited across the internet, left and right, for what she's saying, because that's how they like to play it. So
Mm-hmm.
do you think we're going to see that being sort of lightened? If that's the right word, do you think we're going to see perhaps an occasion where we not us, but the legal system in America offers a little bit more credibility or opens the courts up to these sex workers, shall we say.
Ooh. Yeah. What do you think, Paula?
Well, my son is asking, Henrik, do you all think the victim number could go down? You know, it could, because that's my opinion. Because right now, everybody, I know that they open a hotline for Diddy, and they're like, they have over 12,000 people calling saying that they're victims of him. You know, people are going to try and make a quick buck, which could discredit the thing. Remember, I mean, you know what
Mhm.
would be P9? I don't know about what you think about this, but can you
Mm.
imagine if they bring back Andrew's name again, Prince Andrew's name again?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, two for two, baby. 2 for 2. 2
I
for
know,
2.
right?
And I'll tell you something else. If a scenario existed where Fergie wasn't invited, but Andrew was, he's definitely going. Right, just to rub our face in it, because it is round about that era where he, I'm just saying, we know that Fergie
Mhm.
is no angel. Also, did you see the photo of their daughters announcing the pregnancy? Like, I seen a photograph of, is it Beatrice? And
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow, she looked crazy. And I don't mean
What
crazy
do
FaceTime crazy. Like, I mean, they butchered her with the picture they took. Like
Oh,
they could have used any other picture of her, and she looks proper witchy. Let me see if I can find it.
it's terrible. It looks terrible.
which yeah, see if you can find that picture. I don't even know the picture you're talking about.
What's her second name? Is Beatrice? What the hell's her last name? Beatrice. New baby. Let's go with that. I can't spell Beatrice. I literally cannot spell anything. It's so bad.
Beatrice.
Okay, Trice. See, I wasn't that far off. I mean, I was. I'm just trying to save face. What is no? I keep Beatrice. Oh no,
Beatrice.
I've got it. Don't worry. I wouldn't.
Okay.
Oh, here it is. Holy shit! Startled me, man. Look at that. What the? That is not her normal face. I am sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Is
very sorry. What?
is
Why are we not talking about what is clearly a puppet? That is a man with his hand in a puppet. That
is is it photoshopped? Is that what?
No, that's a problem. That is not Photoshop.
this is
I
the
mean, these
BBC.
girls are unfortunate looking. We have to give it. I mean, she's very much a bad
No.
combination. She got the worst of both parents. At least the other one.
No,
I
no,
say
no,
felt-
no, no. Sorry. There's people that have quirkiness. We ain't talking about quirkiness, Paula. That is a face that that's the last thing many people have seen, while her wee little hands are around their neck and she's just squeezing the life out of them. That is wild. Beatrice, you're a beautiful woman, but that was a terrible take. What? And the headband. I mean, there's so much
Well,
we can
the
say.
headband is a little much. I do think. I don't get that headband.
Do you know why the headband's there? So that when he takes her home, he can fucking hang her up in the cupboard, mate, because she's a puppet.
She's a puppet. What do you mean she's a puppet?
That's not a human being, mate. That is some like what was it? Weekend at Bernie's. That's what we're seeing here. That is some Weekend at Bernie's madness. That is a madness. But again,
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I gotta say, it's
She
very
doesn't look like her sister for sure. They don't look. They don't have any. Well,
oh,
do
nah,
you
do
think
you know
they
what?
look alike? I don't
You
think
know,
they
there's
look
a
alike.
problem. You know, there was even some speculation that Eugenie could not be Andrews
Are you serious?
for a while. Yeah, for example, you know that Zara was speculated to be the daughter of one of Princess Anne's bodyguards. That was well known in the
Really?
circles. Yeah,
Princess Anne doesn't need bodyguards. That was she just takes them out of
so she had
politeness.
one. She had one, and then the guy was suddenly dismissed. But everybody in the United States knew about it. But the British press kept it quiet because they didn't want to upset. Yeah, but apparently Princess Anne was extremely close to that bodyguard, and the bodyguard was asked, and he kind of said it without saying it. But yeah,
Really? That's
yeah. Well,
interesting.
I'll send you the articles. There's even a
Yeah.
documentary about it. Yeah.
Really? Yeah, because I was thinking, man, they don't seem like sisters at all. I mean,
That's
being
because
Neither does Prince William or Harry.
they
one of them's a
don't.
puppet. One of them's a puppet. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, they don't look similar. And this was they could have went with another picture here. You can't tell me this is the only picture they took.
It would
And
have
this is the
been
best
nice
one.
to see a photo because this is not from the pregnancy announcement. I think they just chose this as a photo to use with the
Yeah.
pregnancy
Nah,
announcement.
I think the rules are you can have your mouth completely open or your eyes completely open, not both when you're
Oh
speaking.
no.
I think that has to be it. I think it's too much of both. We need to just dial it back a little bit. But yeah, that I'm telling you, that was the picture, and I'm glad we got to talk about it because that's something at least I brought to the table. Feel like I
Well,
contributed.
it's definitely, yeah, a situation with the father of the child situation. I don't know, but it's
Yeah.
been in the back of my head a lot about they don't seem like siblings to me.
Exactly. It's just like Harry and William. They don't look, like at all.
Mm-mm.
Like
It's
Prince
almost it's
doesn't
almost
look.
odd that the biggest outcasts in the royal family have got suspicions around paternity.
Yeah, there's a
I wonder
lot
what
to
I
be
wonder what that
Look,
means.
suspect.
look at the four kids of Prince of or the Queen Elizabeth. They all look alike. They all
Yeah,
look
they
alike.
did. Yeah.
Like
Uh-huh.
look at the Wales's children. They all look alike. They have, one looks very much Middleton and the other one looks more like William, but you can tell they're related.
Oh
If you
yeah,
hear Harry and William and
Yeah.
you didn't know anything about them, you would think that they're two different people. The same thing
yeah.
with Eugenie and Beatrice. I mean, I kid you not.
I swear to God, all my kids look alike, right? Blonde hair, blue eyes,
My
right?
kid looks
And
alike.
I've got friends that live around the corner. There's five brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's five of them. Four of them, right, are like different versions of the same person, right? Blonde
Yeah.
hair, blue eyes, and then there's the 6'2", dark-haired, brown-eyed son of the milkman, right? Who's also their brother, right? And it's so random that they've
Mm-hmm.
all got the same mum, they've all got the same dad, but one came out twice as tall and completely a different set of hair color and eyes.
Well, that's the same with the Kardashians.
Oh, listen,
Chloe, I
listen.
think she has a different dad. I
I
do.
don't
Some
know.
people say it's what's his name? OJ. OJ.
No, I don't think it's OJ. I don't
I'm
think it's OJ.
struggling. I'm struggling with really, really pale black celebrities and then
Mm-hmm.
really, really tanned white celebrities have now become this like game in my brain. I can't figure it out sometimes, right?
Mm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
Ariana Grande is a white chick, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
she is.
Yeah, because she fooled me for a while. I'm not gonna lie.
She did. She is
She fooled
tan.
me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So because Paula was saying that Beyonce is looking quite white, but do you know what's mad? You know, in Asia they sell all kinds of tablets and things like this for people to
To
whiten their
be
skin.
lighter. Yeah.
Have you seen? Have you
Yes.
seen the adverts? Have you seen
Oh
the?
yeah, I've seen them. And when I lived in China, they all have umbrellas and they don't let the sun touch their skin at all. They really pride themselves on being as pale as possible because
Yeah,
if you're tan, think about it. If you're tanned, it shows that you are lower class because that means you work in the elements. You're not really looked at favorably because of the darkness of your skin means you're poor and you're outside working a lot. So the lighter your skin, the more high class you are.
yeah. Well, it's mad, right? But if you want to have a complete and utter evening where you're watching something and you can't believe what you've seen, Google Asian advertising for whitening products. And these are
Mm-hmm.
real adverts. These are real
Yeah.
adverts, man, that somebody approved in an office because wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
wow.
It's a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think
Mm-hmm.
we're seeing that sort of a product sneak its way into the Western side of things? Do you think? I mean, what's your take as a
Mm.
the black
I don't know. I don't think here. No, they're all trying to look like black people, like with the big booties and the lips and the tanning. I don't. That could be a phenomenon later, but I think here in the states, it's everyone's trying to be more ethnic looking because that's what's been popularized. I
Yeah, I
think.
was
I
going to
mean,
say,
have
do
you
you
heard of the
think?
BBL? Like, there's a lot of people getting those butt injections and just trying to
Hey,
be
listen,
more
let's
ethnic.
not go hating on the the big bums, right? And ladies who want. Listen,
What?
ladies, I fully support your right to inject whatever the hell you want in your booty. All right, in the name of just in the name of whatever. Okay, I fully
Mhm.
okay. But what I'm saying is,
Mhm.
it's it's interesting because it's weird because I wouldn't have really like mentioned it if Paula hadn't been like, Beyonce's getting a little bit whiter, and I'm like, yeah. And you look at you sort of Google
Oh,
some,
I see. Yeah, I
you
see what you're
Google
saying.
some stuff, and it's like, Paula, your mic's off. No, it's still up there. Well, no, now you've muted the mic. You've muted the mic. You've muted the physical mic now. Uh huh. No. Oh, okay.
Mm-mm. No, we
No.
can't hear you,
Why?
Paula.
What have you done? What has she done? Oh, let's make Paula full screen while she figures this
You'll
out.
hit the on button on your mic, on not
Yeah,
the
yeah, you
cord.
push the button on the mic.
There's a button on the mic. We
I am
can't hear
freaking lost.
you.
Hang on. Try coming out and in again, Paula. It might be an actual bug. Oh no, Paula. We can't hear you. You need. She's not got her earphones in. You need. There we go. She'll figure it out. She'll figure it out. And again, I'm not somebody who's. I think again. I know this is going to sound crazy. Like for me, I don't get worked up when I think of people wanting to change anything really about themselves. But again, I'm holy shit, I almost knocked a coffee on myself. But again, I don't really have much stock in the fight of being offended over race stuff, if that makes sense. Or
Yeah,
culture.
no, I get you.
But this is what I wanted to talk to Pidina. Pidina and I did a live.
Okay.
And we were talking about this blind item. And the blind item was about Meghan Markle when she lived in Toronto before she met Harry or anything. She was asked if she could be the patron of this black ballet in Toronto. And she refused it because she said it would give the wrong idea. And I asked Dinah about it. It's like, and I'm like, what did she mean by that? I mean, this is a woman who's gone out of her way to actively not be part of the black community. I mean, what wrong idea could that be?
Yeah, she's definitely trying to make her association more aligned with white than ethnic. And that is unfortunate because she's not embracing what she truly is. And I think she's doing a lot to make it more white sided than not. I mean, I would think she would have worn her hair in a way that was more natural by now. I would have think that she would have been, just more with friends and who she hangs around, like be more inclusive. But I think she works so hard to keep the lines separated from her ethnicity to what she wants people to see her as. But it's unfortunate because I think it just brings out her racism. I believe her and Harry have an issue with race, and that's part of their problem. And they tried to capitalize on racism, for purposes of making money, but yet they don't really want to be aligned with it. Just like that one comment you said about Harry said when he said he was dating someone from South Africa, saying, "Oh, but she's not black. She's not black." Well, what is that supposed to freaking mean? It's like, excuse
He's an
me,
idiot. He's
you
a racist
know,
idiot.
It's so random the takes that people have
right?
back to
Yeah,
things. You know what I mean?
he's an
Like
idiot.
it's too wild.
Do you
Too.
think that Megan is sweating anything that might come out with her and Diddy? Because apparently she did go to some freak offs. This is a woman who was deeply embedded in that Weinstein, um, Epstein, uh, Soho House scenario. Because let's not forget that Ron Burkle is the godfather to Diddy's children. He is
Right.
the business partner of at least four businesses of Diddy. He did his launch of his clothing design or something like that at the Soho House, and we know that Megan called Soho House her headquarters, keeping her suitcases weeks there at a time.
Yep, that's the thing. I
Do
think
you
she
think
could
that
have
this woman
easily.
is going AWOL? Because a lot of people are saying, oh, maybe Harry. But I think, what if everything that the fact that Meghan Markle has gone AWOL has to do with Diddy? And did you know, Pidina, that she was just having lunch with the head of a surrogate clinic in Los Angeles?
Oh, so what you think? There's going to be a baby number 3?
Well, what else has she left?
Mm,
Can we
mm,
get the first
mm.
two first, please, if that's all right? Before you get the third
Wow,
one on the go, Megan.
that's interesting that you just said that, Paula. I think yes, absolutely. I think when you are that tenacious, when you are that driven for success, and you are already associated with this kind of lifestyle around like these people, you're going to be pulled into that nefarious behavior because your celebrity obtaining it is so important that it's easy to get caught up in that. And I think absolutely at
Well,
some point
here's
she did something that she's trying to hide, my opinion.
well, here's something as well, Pidina, as well. You've got to remember if you've done something in an intoxicated state, whether it's whatever level of intoxication these celebrities could have been persuaded to do horrible things, but they did it knowing what they were doing. They've got this level of I can't fail now, otherwise it's all for nothing that hangs over their heads as well. If you see what I mean,
Hmm.
and they're driven to stay in line because I mean, could you imagine falling prey to Diddy's clutches to then be discarded or casted aside and have nothing, but you're still left with all of the trauma and the monstrous things that have gone on?
Yeah, and that has happened to a lot of girls. A lot of girls have had that. That is their experience, and it's definitely going to come out that celebrities that have done things that are similar to what Diddy has done is going to be exposed. I think there will be major lawsuits, and the discovery process is going to be bombshells. I mean, dropping, but you just never know how deep their pockets are to keep it hidden because that could happen as well. So it's just really sad and unfortunate. And thank goodness for I think someone like Jaguar because she works with women now who have had these traumas. Like she is in the trenches working with the trauma a lot of these young girls have faced, and she
Yeah.
knows firsthand accounts of it. And that's why what she says is so important because she's not just sitting on the sidelines making accusations. Like she's been there, she's seen it, she's experiencing in real time by helping the young girls that have been traumatized by it. So
Excuse me.
it's absolutely horrific, the things that have happened. I think things that we couldn't even imagine.
You know, that's exactly what I was just going to say when you said that, P. Dina, because that's the reality. I think all of us have a certain level of imagination. We've all seen movies, we've all read things, our brain can go to places and all that stuff. But the reality of what is being uncovered here, and P. Dina, Paula, I'm sorry to say this, a lot of it is pointing towards ritualistic, evil deities and a very secret group of individuals that are doing this as a religious, as a ceremonial
Mhm.
process. And you know yourself when someone has a hardened belief in something and they see things coming back from their actions, it builds confidence. And you've only got to imagine where Diddy's ego's got to past 50 and staying out of harm's way up until now,
Mhm.
because it goes deep. I really do
It
think it.
goes really deep.
Pidana, one thing that I liked about Jaguar Wright, it's like this woman looks straight at she's not shady. This is why I was so angry at that Pierce Morgan thing when that guy came after her. It's like, donkey.
Mhm.
I was like, shut the hell up. That's another
Mhm.
way of discrediting this woman. And this woman is fierce. She looked at the camera and said, "Hey, you, Sean Carter."
Mhm.
you know and it's like, why do you think that people are still trying to, because the best ways to silence somebody is through discreditation, to discredit,
Yeah. To discredit.
ridicule, discredit them, call them liars and all kinds of things. And I do find that people go out of their way to do that when they realize that this person, because everything this woman said, it was spot on the money. And now that she's mentioned Harry and Meghan,
Mhm. Mhm. That
what do you
gives you
think about
pause
that?
to
What do you think
stop.
about that?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. It
But
gives you
here's
pause.
when even if we just let's say for example, right, Harry and Meghan maybe aren't. Let's just for 1 second think that they're not guilty of any of the modern day madness with Diddy. But what if back in Meghan's days, right, we start seeing links to Soho House, the lower end players, if you're coming to the UK or you're going to France or whatever, the fixer or the handler that would be dealing with the catering of these humans, shall we say. We have to imagine that at some point, some of the lower hanging fruit are going to be tied to people's past. And we're going to see another page turned where we see a new set of people who we can apply the who you surround yourself with factor to. Because this is, I honestly think, and maybe I'm being a bit hopeful here, this is probably the best shot in my lifetime anyway that I've seen of something actually happening for justice within Hollywood and the music industry and all that stuff. And I think if it's handled rightly and everyone just doesn't die of food poisoning overnight, we're hopefully going to see a lot of names named. But I'm interested to see how far back they go and how many people that aren't from the last 2, 3, 4 years of Diddy parties and the names that expand past before the noughties and into the 90s and things like this. So I just want to see more names getting published, man. But at this point, everyone, can we please like and share? Please share this out. Please.
Well, P. Dinah, what do you make of this, P. Dinah? Because let's not forget that Meghan Markle was a nobody. I mean, this was a woman who was still in 2015. Remember when they sent for her, when they flew her across to Turkey for that Soho opening, and she was in the picture of, she was on the Daily Mail, posted an article where there was, I think this Umbrulia girl who sings, famous people were there, and then they said so and so is there, so and so, and other guest. I mean, it was her. She was the nobody would know about her because
Meghan Markle was referred to as the other.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
her name.
That
and
then
then
hoodie, man.
And people think that she was the person behind the Working Actress blog, where she would say things like, "Oh my God, some days I just want to come home and curl and drink a bottle of wine because they made me do things, and I kissed guys with smelly breaths and all kinds of things." And it's like,
I just need to go and answer my front door. Just bear with me. It's
girl, who? And this is the part I don't get, Bidina. She was with Trevor Engelson. And her father, why would she feel the need? And you know what I think, Pat? She was leading a double life. And even Trevor Engelson, this woman is good at leading double, triple lives.
Yeah. Well, you have to look at, we remember when the lawsuit for Prince Andrew came out, how they wanted to call Meghan Markle and depose her because she had some association that they knew about that was connected to Prince Andrew.
They said she was a close associate.
Yes. So that is a big, big clue that there is a there, even from before we even knew her name. So yes, it's
when you had Kirby Summers, you did that amazing interview with Kirby Summers. Remember, I think it was the 6 degrees of separation.
Yes.
Kirby Summers. Can you say who Kirby Summers was? And we just should go watch it. Definitely go watch that interview because it's very much eye opening. Can you tell us who was Kirby Summers?
She did she did some deep dive on a lot of the associations and possible ways that they're trying to bring down the monarchy, and she's written several books. She's also been a victim of I believe it was a sexual assault. She's had like some things happen to her, and being an advocate for women, and she knew a lot around Epstein that she had researched, and she's written several books behind it. And she talked to me about how they're trying to bring down the monarchy, and it had a lot to do with Mossad and things over in Israel, and things that we probably never even contemplated, but how she was able to tie these things together through her research. And I just found her very credible and logical, and it made a lot of sense to me. And to me, I just think it's a piece of the puzzle that we're all trying to make sense of.
And what did she say about Meghan? What did she say about Meghan? I remember I was watching.
Yeah, well, with Meghan, it was just about her association with some of the people within those circles that are like the things we talked about around Harvey Weinstein and
Ron Burkle.
Ron Burkle. Yep, Ron Burkle as well. So like she just kind of validated some things through her research with the other avenue around Epstein that Meghan came up in these circles as well from that research. So it just, yeah, just it fell in line and made sense because she's on one path, and then here we see things with Megan kind of coming into the picture from her research with Epstein, so
Do
yeah.
you think that Megan is in hiding partly because of Diddy?
No, I don't think, because we just saw her really at the book thing, and I know there's this thing about where's Megan, right? I think maybe she's trying to create hype around that. I don't know, but we don't care where she is. I mean, like, what? What you gonna do? We know she's trying to build an empire. She's gonna peek her head out at some point. I mean, she can't afford to do what Catherine is able to do by just taking it easy for a while. Megan's got to get out and make money, and she's got to show herself. So she's going to be seen. That show with Netflix. I mean, they've got to do some things.
And the reviews are brutal. The reviews are brutal about Harry.
Yeah, yeah, and about what he's done. That just tells you he doesn't want nothing to do with Hollywood. That's why he's not in that Polo show. All you
The
see
thing
is
is, it's just a
Nacho.
natural love letter.
Yeah, it's like
Peter, let me see. Since we've been doing this, right? I've not seen the press slamming Meghan the way that they have recently. That they've
Oh,
called her out for the staffing and her being horrible. Paula, what was the name of the publication? Paula, the big
the
one.
Hollywood reporter is the one that started all. And I have to ask this to Pidina. Pat, do you think she's on the floor? Because remember, she had to flee the United Kingdom and she wanted to self-exit because how mean the press was in the United Kingdom. Is she doing the same? Is she going to do the same thing about the US press? Because they're going after her.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's gonna be and she can't use that excuse anymore. She's just gonna have to deal with it. Like, where else you gonna go? I mean, what else you gonna do? You're gonna have to just suck it up. I mean, at the end of the day, you're behaving badly, you're gonna be called out on it. And she can't really say that was the case in England, although we know she wants us to believe that it wasn't the case there either. And the bullying thing is something that's also coming out here, and it happened over in England. Like, everything about her is coming out now to the Americans that came out, or that she tried to make a talking point over in the UK. She can't do it again. She can't make the hype that this is all like a witch hunt and they don't like me. She's just going down. That's what's gonna happen.
But what do you think? But why do you think the press has turned on her? Because these are outlets. Um, these are outlets. I mean, I saw your video that you posted earlier. Megan's latest dilemma, her desperate attempt to. I mean, that was a good one. But I
Hmm.
mean, do you think there's any return from this woman? Because when you have the Hollywood Reporter, the Daily Beast,
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah, she's shown herself to Hollywood. In the beginning, I think it was just all hype. We didn't really know much about her, but Hollywood has become very well attuned to who she is, and people talk, and people are talking, and you talk to your friends. Hollywood is a small world, it's a small place, and everybody knows everybody. And when people are talking and giving their thoughts on somebody, then other people are going to have those thoughts. And I think the word has just gotten out. She just is who she is, and that's why it's always been about her character. It's always been about her as a person, and these are things you can't hide. And the one thing that I said to Dan when I was on his show, this is called performative um, morality, where you are trying to use your like ways about yourself to perform and impress people, to make them believe you are a certain way. You are not who you are trying to make people believe you are. You are performing. And acting is the thing about Hollywood. They perform. They know an actor performing. And that's all Megan is. She is just to the bone, not a very nice person. And people know and get her character coming a mile away. And the word has just gotten out. And now people are, I mean, if you got people at the head of Spotify calling you a grifter, and certain talent agencies seeing you have no talent, these are big people that know a lot of big people. Okay. They're calling you out publicly. That says, well, yeah, we're
Yeah,
not going to really take heed to who you are and what you're trying to do,
yeah.
because you're being called out. This just, once the word is out, people know and find out who you are. You're done. She's done.
but Pidina, have you noticed how the press is saying how I really do feel that the Buckingham Palace is behind this, because the president of the United States are not going to turn on Meghan, one of their own, just like that. And have you noticed how they I saw an article. I think I don't know if I sent it to you. I sent Pidina a bunch of crap. I rather poor
Mhm.
Pidina when she opens her WhatsApp. Have you seen this? Um, there's this article about Prince Harry, and the article, let me say, the article is saying, I do believe that Buckingham Palace is rehabilitating his. I am absolutely convinced about it, and
Mhm.
they're behind this thing that says Prince Harry is given award by Inspirational Girl. So he went to the Well Child Award to give an award, and instead he got one. Does that even
Mhm.
make any sense about that? Then
Mhm.
people,
No.
this is the article that really spiked my how Prince Harry's back and showing his best side after raft of public engagements without Meghan. And if you look at these engagements, they're very well controlled.
Mhm.
Press and everything positive, and even the Hollywood Reporter and everybody was going like, "Oh, Harry's chill, laid back. He's just an enabler."
Mhm.
What do
Yep.
you
I
think?
think they're definitely trying to do that because they've done it before. Remember?
Yeah, they have.
When he was younger and he was like getting into a lot of trouble, they did the same thing back then. And I think it's just a matter of time to do it again as Harry without Meghan to rehabilitate his image because with her, it's nothing but bad, negative press. So they're trying to get the good press without her and to help him build his own brand. And I believe he is going to go to New York. I think he's going to go to New York. He's going to try to get the children, and I know there's a lot of controversy around the children, but I think he wants to leave the West Coast and I think go to New York or even go back to the UK. Is what's going. I mean, how can you be gone this long away from your children, and your wife, and not work?
Well, I
I
would want
mean,
to leave my wife if my wife were Meghan.
exactly. Well, why do you think he left? Why do you think he's been gone?
Yeah.
He's still gone. That says a lot. And in the beginning, they were like, "We're never longer than 2 weeks without seeing each other." And okay, and now what? You are okay with that? It seems very out of character to me.
Yeah, off brand almost, shall we say.
So
Yeah.
do you believe that he's been in contact with the I believe he's been in contact with the palace. And I believe that the palace has taken over his PR. Because the finesse on how things have been done, although he's so stupid on getting an award at the Well Child Awards when he's supposed to be handing royalty doesn't get awards. They give awards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
That
think
That's a
doesn't
really,
seem in
you know
character.
what? That's a
Mm.
really good point, Paula.
what?
Like, royals don't get awards, they give awards, right?
Because they're already in a privileged position.
Yeah,
They show up to
100%.
highlight other people, not highlight him.
Yeah. That doesn't
Oh,
seem in character, does it? For I mean, but the Royals wouldn't approve of that. Would they? You think they would try to manipulate that for him to get an award?
The thing is, I don't think Harry can help himself, and this is where things go wrong with Harry and Meghan. They don't listen. You know, did you
Yeah.
see the bodyguards he had? Did you notice how the press guys, he had police protection, by the way, heavy police protection, UK police funded protection. But you didn't see him coming and going to the events. You only showed him at the events, right? That's
Mhm.
because they talked to the press, because usually they would follow him and you would see how he got in and he got out.
Yeah.
This time, nothing. It
Mhm.
is
Yeah.
very reminiscent of Buckingham Palace PR.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true too.
do you think
Well,
they
I
ever?
think he may have given notice. Then doesn't he get that protection if he gets like 30 days notice?
Absolutely, 28 days notice.
Well, I think
He had
that's what he
given him
did.
28
He
days
gave the
notice.
notice that he's going to be there for these events to get that security.
But he wasn't followed or chased. There's absolutely no footage of him landing, no footage of him being followed, because the last time it was leaked when he went to the Invictus thing, and we could see like two police cars back and front plus two motorcycles. And they try to hide it when he turned to go into the Invictus building, but then the motorcycle bicycle, just went past. It is. And Quinto, yes, he did have UK protection. Yes, he did. He did have UK protection. Absolutely, he did. And this is the thing that I don't understand, because with this lawsuit, that he just doesn't want to give notice, but he does get full protection whenever he's in the UK, and gives, even when he doesn't give that notice. When the king sent for him, or he told the king that he was coming over to see him, when we found out Charles had cancer, and he
Mhm.
imposed himself on the king, If they
Mm-hmm.
went to pick him up, those were security guards. I mean, in New York, how do you feel, Pidina? You are in America. How do you
Well,
feel about all the security Harry got in New York? Those were Secret Service people looking after him, by the way.
yeah, I think that is just so wrong. That I really don't like that. I don't like that, our dollars are going towards helping this really nobody protect him. They're just, he's only trying to get that because he's running scared because of what he said in his book Spare. He really sees he's screwed up and now he's got a target on his back. But nobody really is. I don't think he deserves it. Why would I mean? Who's thinking about Prince Harry like that? That he thinks he
Prince
needs this kind
Harry.
of security.
Prince Harry.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just him. He's a spoiled brat, entitled and getting something because he's whining loud. And I just think it should not be the case with him because it just is a waste of taxpayer dollars for it to happen. But what can we do? I mean, really, I can't do anything about it.
You can write, call your senator, call your congressman, write to them because a lot of them are angry. And if
Yeah.
Trump wins, I think that things that the landscape of many things is going to change in the United States. Of I don't, you know what? I do believe with the visa thing. What do you think of that visa thing, Pidina?
Oh, the visa about him not being released, like they're not gonna
Hmm.
open it. It's just yeah, I think the palace, they're protecting him. Maybe his dad made some phone calls and
Oh, you
yeah.
know his dad made some phone call. You listen, you
Yeah.
know it. You know it.
Uh-huh.
I can just see, you know what? It reminds me with my ex-husband when Norway, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs used to write to the courts. The Norwegian government would be very appreciative if you would tell the judges of the court case so and so to declare this and to declare that, which that is interference and that is illegal. I can just see the same types of letter being written or emails, and that the monarch of the the king of the United Kingdom would appreciate any help
Mm-hmm.
his son
Mm-hmm.
could get in the case of this thing. Help towards relationships, in both countries. That's a
Yeah.
veiled threat.
Yep, absolutely. So it's just how it is with these people. That's why I think with this whole dark web, when the information is in the hands of the people, things get released or get done and seen. When it's all behind the wall of legality and relationships of the higher ups, things are more concealed. But at some point the people bring it to light, and I think that's what will happen with the P Diddy as opposed to with Harry and the legal part of his security that's behind the walls of justice where you don't get to see it. It's just different things for different people.
Yeah, but I mean, not to state the obvious, probably shouldn't be that way. Do you know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Once again, everybody, thank you for being here. If I can just please ask everyone to like and share, it really, really helps us out, especially since we've been away for a couple of weeks. And I'm enjoying getting caught up with Meghan and Harry, I've got to be honest. So if you've got any questions you want to ask, stick them in the side chat. So what do you think we're going to see next? Do you think we're going to see another? Do you think we're going to see the India or Pakistan or China or the next royal cosplay tour? Do you think we've got another one of those in the works in the future for Meghan and Harry, or do you think those days are done now?
Uh, Paula, what you
Well, the
think?
thing is, if she just had lunch with the surrogate, and this is something that she put out, this is something that anti-lawyer, somebody fed to anti-lawyer, and it wasn't Meghan Markle, like, or anybody from her camp. This is somebody from on a restaurant who saw them, and she was actually trying not to be recognized, but
Mm-hmm.
they recognized her, and she was having lunch with the head of one of the surrogate clinics in Los Angeles. Don't forget that the husband of the so-called wife who delivered Lily has a fertility clinic. So,
Mm-hmm. But no more. She closed it down.
well, no, the husband didn't close his fertility clinic. She closed down her clinic, but now she's put it back up very quietly, only to selective clients. But Megan was having lunch with this lady who is the head or an agent for the surrogate clinic. And I was wondering, Pidina, if she's now willing to go open about it and say, you can't, what you might call it, discriminate against my son or daughter if she openly has via surrogate, in spite of the laws in the United Kingdom. Do you think that she would make a fuss if she went that way? And we're just speculating here, by the way.
Well, I don't know what it was, but I did see something in the tabloids here in the States about wanting to have a third child, and Harry was against it because of climate change or the
They got an
climate.
award.
Yeah, I mean, I did see that, and I thought that's odd, really. So I think that could be a way to kind of bring it to the open, right? To say she's going to use a surrogate, because isn't that what I think Kim Kardashian did? Like, she had her first, they say, and then she ended up having a surrogate when she wanted more, and Chloe did too. So like that's like, and I know they have talk to Meghan and Harry. So they've got the connection about who to use as a surrogate, like, because that's what they've done openly. And maybe Kris Jenner is trying to convince her, hey, go public with a surrogate for your third child too. I believe that that could happen. Absolutely.
But then if she goes through a surrogate, then the child can be put in the line of succession because the laws in the United Kingdom clearly state that the child cannot be has to be naturally conceived and has to come from the body of the woman. And I mean the
Well,
one that's married and it's married to the royal. So I mean, I just find that this woman keeps putting people at the worst situations and she's not held accountable. I do believe that she is done, but she doesn't know it.
yeah, she's going to keep trying. Yeah.
You know
Mm-hmm.
what? It reminds me of the movie Ghost, where they don't know that they're dead and they think they're alive, like the others. Like that movie, The
Yeah.
Others.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. But that's what I say. That's why I always say, get your popcorn. We watching to see, okay, what are you gonna do
Yeah,
next, girl? What you gonna do? Because we see it. We know what's gonna happen, right? We get it. But she just, it's like she has to keep trying, and there are a certain amount of supporters out there that are helping her believe that she can do this. You got this, girl. But we know the reality is
yeah.
otherwise. It's just not plausible.
You
It's
know
just
whose
not.
name I haven't heard next to Diddy's? Serena Williams.
No, no, you haven't.
Hmm.
And guess who came out fighting, defending Rachel Meghan Markle?
Who?
Patrick J. Adams, the guy, the co-star in
Oh, I
Suits.
saw that. I didn't read the article, but I saw the
What the hell's wrong
article.
with that guy? What the hell? I think they had something. I mean,
They
if I were
had
his wife,
to. It's
I would
like,
be.
why? Because remember when he posted pictures of them on Instagram, and she contacted him and told him, take that down. And he took it down and all was good. Like, I would have
She
said,
was
go
lying
kick
down on that
rocks.
dirty
I'm keeping it
couch.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was
Um,
lying down in that dirty couch with white stains all over the couch. It's just disgusting. But he just came out fighting for her. If I were his wife, why? And have you noticed none of the ladies come and defend her or stick up for her? Only him.
yeah. Yeah. So that says something. Yeah, he's feeling some liability.
Yeah, I would say so. I would
No, I
say
mean,
so.
what do you make of that? What do you make of that? Do you think she contact because oh, and this other guy on X on Instagram posted in Jamaica a picture of him, Harry and Meghan in Jamaica just like 4 days ago.
Oh, from
Yeah,
when? When they were at the Bob Marley premiere?
yeah. Bob Marley premiere. They were at a museum in Jamaica, and she's wearing. I posted it on my community page. It's a hideous dress. And then and he said, oh, so she gets people to post pictures of her that are long gone. It's her classic mo. She 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 gets like this stack of pictures, and then when she has nothing going for herself, she just releases them.
Yeah. Hmm.
I'll send
That's
it to you.
interesting. Yeah, let me see that. That would be
Yes, I'll
great.
send it to you, of course, of course. But what do
Mhm.
you think? Do you think that she doesn't understand? And where is Ari Emanuel? Remember when you called and I called
Mhm.
WME?
Yeah, like they're completely MIA, especially when it comes to her career. Like, are they still? I mean, I don't think that they'll be able to really help her much because of the word on the street about her, Megan, and like a lot of people are trying to disassociate with her. So I just don't know that they're able to really bring any life into this Hollywood career. It's a heavy lift, and I just think they are probably going to drop her or have dropped her already, to be quite honest.
Well, what
Yeah.
if Tyler Perry gets entangled with this Diddy thing? Remember that Tyler Perry's the godfather to that doll, Lily.
Well,
Yeah.
but that's true. But that comes back to them pulling everyone down with them. And if like I say, like Pete Dina said, if we get to see a domino effect and one goes down and then the next goes down and the next goes down, there's no limits really to see where this could go. And I think we are going to see at some point a side quest narrative that includes either the royals or Meghan or both, but to
Hmm.
what extent I don't know. Will it just be something where one time there was a passing their presence at a party and then that was it, and then will that be put out there and milked? Who knows? But it's going to go somewhere, and I think everyone in Hollywood, if they've got even remote ties, and I know a lot of people that are around or have been around Megan do have ties. I think we're going to see some madness, and I keep saying it, and time will.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
want to say something to Donna. Ari Emanuel got Markle not so powerful after all. You know what I think it is, Donna? It's not that Ari Emanuel is not powerful, but it's this skank power of Meghan Markle is stronger than Ari Emanuel power in Hollywood. I mean, this woman has a royal title. It's married to the biggest known family in the world, has the biggest talent agent, in the United States, and he still can't book her anything. That's how powerful his can't, that's how strong
Hmm.
his skank power is. This woman brings anybody down. I mean,
Yeah.
Harry has to do solo engagements
Yeah.
because even their own husband can't be associated. Must be brutal.
It's definitely, it says, it paints a picture of what's happening, because the divorce, I believe, is in the making. It's
You think?
definitely starting. Yeah, I
You think
do.
so, Pina? Really?
I think at some point they're gonna not be able to continue the facade. How, I
Yeah,
mean,
I'll be honest. At this point, if I had to put money down, I think I'd put more money down on with P Dina there. I think I would. I think if we look at it as a scale of 1 to 100, I think we've passed the middle threshold of it being middle ground now. I think we're heading into the either Harry disappearing on a yacht and Meghan taking her final form as the widow, or we're going to see a divorce, Harry run off with some blonde chick who surfs and possibly salvage his life and be happy. I'm just saying.
yeah.
Paula, what was going on that stage with that blonde girl? Now you're the expert of how people should appropriately hug in public. Okay, if we're working professionals on a stage that's televised, and I come to give you a colleague hug, and you put your fucking hand on my face and pull me in, I'm going to be a bit like, all right, I'm game if you're game, Paula, but remember this is televised, and people are going to tweet this shit out. All right, I know what you're up to. You want some clicks, right?
What do you think, Pina? What do you think?
Yeah, I saw that photo. I mean, it just, I think it's a breaking down of their closeness, that, hey, when a chance
Yeah.
came and offered
Listen,
itself, he kind of
no,
got a little too comfortable.
I would agree with you. This
Mm,
is Meghan Markle. This is
mm,
we've painted a
Ooh.
picture of a narcissistic psychopath control freak monster. And I'm
You
telling
mhm.
you
saw her
now,
in Colombia. You saw her in
to
Colombia when Harry was been getting cozy with that lady. Remember, Pat?
Oh,
yeah, but
yes.
this is the thing. To then do it away from your wife on a stage, on television, okay? That is a bold move by Harry. I'm sorry, in the grand scheme of the guy who's being pushed and led by this woman, going on
Hmm.
stage and being like, "Tell you what, doll, just slap your wee hand on my face and make it look like there's something going on." That is a in the face of Megan from Harry. I'm sorry. So that
Well,
is why
Yeah.
what if I were
I
to
think
tell you? What if I were to tell you that he has been holding very late night calls to a former blonde flame of his who lives in Africa, South Africa? And what if I told you that they actually met there?
Really? Really?
I'll send you the pictures, Pat.
I have to see the pictures, and
Oh
this
yeah,
is
yeah,
the
yeah.
thing.
I sent you
It
a couple.
makes so much sense. It makes so much sense.
Do you guys think that Harry put his foot down and said, "I'm doing my own thing"? I really do believe something will
No,
happen,
no, brave from a distance, Paula. Brave from a
but he
distance.
still is. I
Hmm.
do believe he's talking behind Meghan Markle's back.
Of
I
course he
do
is.
believe he has a burner phone because I know one
Of course
person
he
who
is.
calls him. There's a one person, and you know which lady I'm talking about, Pat, who calls him in that phone. Everybody calls him in that phone.
Hmm.
And he
Yeah.
rented a cottage in California. He has a lease on a cottage in California,
Yeah,
which
I
is
remember Neil
ironic.
Sean talking about that too. Yeah, him having leased a place. Yes. Hmm.
Yeah, and it's ironic because it's a cottage. It wasn't Megan bitching about the Frogmore cottage being a little cottage, and here you have Harry renting a little cottage for himself.
Yeah. See, that's just suspect. You ain't doing
That's
that if you
suspect.
married.
That
Can you
is
imagine? Can you
maybe.
imagine? I just want to ask. I just want to put this scenario past you, Dinah. Can you imagine your husband, Pat, coming to your home? Oh, honey, I'm renting myself a little cottage out there. What? I mean, I don't think he's coming back home. You know
I
what I
would
mean? Or he's
snatch
not
him up
leaving.
so fast. No, that would not happen. I'm sorry. We're not doing that. Okay.
Well, listen, listen. If we put all of that information back to back, that is quite bold for the Harry that we've
Yeah, but
known over the last few years, right? So, is there
Yeah.
possibly any possible chance that if we've used the narrative of does she have blackmail material on Harry, we might be seeing the era where Meghan's dirty little secrets might be coming to the surface, and Harry may have something.
well,
Mm.
Harry has Ron Burkle, and let's not forget that King Charles went to have lunch a week within his reign, starting his reign. He went to Soho House in London and had lunch with Ron Burkle. I mean, usually people go to see the king. The king doesn't go out to see anybody, you know? And Ron, let's not forget that Meghan Markle was a worker.
Seems
She
like they're
worked
only
for
time away from their wives, Paula. That's what it seems like you're saying to me, right? It seems like they're all just like, I need a fucking day out, man. I need some time
no, but I
away.
mean, let's not forget that Meghan Markle is on record saying that she kept her suitcases at Soho House for weeks on end. Number two, she's on record on a little video saying that no matter in the world she goes, Soho House is her
Do
headquarters.
you know it's weird? I watched a documentary a couple of weeks ago. I think it was, I'm not going to say autoplay, but it was about a brothel, right? And the girls there were talking about how they're there for X amount of weeks and then they go somewhere else. And if that kind of lines up exactly with what you just said about Megan keeping her suitcases in places, right? I mean, it's a bit of a no
Well,
effing comment.
why would you have suitcase, Pat? Okay, can you please tell me why would somebody have suitcases on weeks on end at a club, at a members club only, which is a shady club?
You know why, Paula?
Hmm.
No, I
Okay.
don't.
Oh, you do. You
No, I
do.
don't.
Don't be acting all, you're like Queenie acting all innocent with me. Don't be giving
No, I
me
do know.
nonsense.
But I
Listen,
want Pat. What would come to your mind, Pat, if you find out one of your friends keeps her suitcases and she's always flying everywhere? And you know, one thing that I really want to correct the mainstream media because this is really stupid. They said that Meghan Markle used to travel a lot because of Suits. Suits cast never went to Hong Kong, never went to Dubai, never went to Croatia, never went to Turkey, never
maybe
went to
big
Paris.
investors of the show live there, though, Paula, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
but they were saying she was so busy traveling because of her show. Even one of her family members said that on an interview. Oh, she was busy traveling because of her show. No, Meghan Markle was at
Hmm.
best, what you might call it, not even a supporting character. She would do cameos. I mean, George the Giant Slayer took a hit, and he watched the entire show just to time how many
Oh,
minutes
yeah.
Meghan Markle appeared. It was 7,734 minutes, and she only appeared 132 or 134. It's one of those two. It's less than, it's
Yeah.
1.23%.
I actually heard that
Hmm.
George was told by his doctor that it reduced his life expectancy by 15 years watching so much Meghan Markle back to back. So listen, the GoFundMe to extend George's life back to a natural number has been set up for the wonderful man. But
Yeah.
again, I do think we're at the cusp of something, whether it's the Diddy case is going to be the downfall of it all, or whether or not we're just going to see that weak link in the chain being squeezed and singing like a canary. Either way, it sounds like easy content to me, and I'm here just to report on as much of it as we can because it's changing every second. The madness that was going on with Harry and Meghan. I've said this from the start. I would have loved to have seen Harry, right, and Meghan get a series. I was how pumped for that cooking show was I, Paula? Right? How pumped for the cooking show?
Yeah, we were going to do content about it.
The woman done a. Hey, Dinah, you know you've seen the whole Meghan Markle cooking toast video where she doesn't cook,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. That means I know 5-year-olds who could have outcooked her in that show because they have the capability of pressing down a lever. Do you see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just imagine the cooking show.
Oh,
Right, this
I
is a woman,
know.
and I just want to say this is a woman who was given a Spotify podcast. I just want to say, Spotify, let's be real. You can't blame it all on Meghan. If anyone else with no experience in podcasting had walked into your office and said, "Giza podcast," you would have said no, right? So you kind of put too many eggs in one basket with that. But again, I would have paid good money to see a show where Meghan tries to do anything normal people do.
Yeah. Well,
It-
it's coming if they
oh,
allow it to air. Yeah.
okay,
Pat,
hang on. Here's my other wild card question for both of you. Why has she not written a book on how to bag your man? I think we can all agree Meghan Markle has a success rate for setting her sights on a man and getting her man. That is legitimately something
and
that
dumping the man, ghosting them.
Yeah, but just so, I mean, why would you want to be nice about it? Just send a text and post the ring back, right? I mean, it's 2024. Let's cut out the stress. But I'm telling you now, that would be a massive seller. We would all, I mean, I'm just saying, I would have a wee reading that book because she knows what she's doing, right? Not that I need to look for it, but it's just interesting to know the hunting tactics of a cougar. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's really upsetting, and I mean, it's even to me, and I'm not even black.
Mm-hmm.
Shocker. I'm not even black, but Pidina, your background, when she wrote that letter to the Congress saying, basically saying that she grew up poor, almost hinting without saying that she was from the ghetto, it's like I grew up and my treat would be to eat a $4.99 salad bar, it's like, and I'm thinking this woman is trying to steal like a black woman's story, like yours, for example. You grew up in very less fortunate circumstances. We've done an interview with you where you said that you were on food stamps and like how things were. I feel that's insulting.
Well, yeah, it is, and it's insulting for her to try to claim racism looking like a white woman. So that's what she does. She steals the reality of people and tries to make it her own to garner sympathy. And that's the fraud of who she is. And it's just, I mean, I can't understand how people fall, especially for black women, dark skinned black women, to even think that this woman had racism towards her. It's like, look at her. She looks white. How can you say she's experienced any kind of racism looking like a white woman? It
Do
just
you
doesn't
think that
make
she's going to
sense.
start being called out about that, though?
No.
Well, white people can experience racism.
Well, I'm talking about the racism she's claiming.
Yeah,
as a black woman.
I mean, I'm not being funny, but
they can claim. Well, of course, there are black people that are racist.
You're not allowed to be racist unless you're hating on the Caucasians.
Meghan Markle.
Right?
We're talking from the point of view of Meghan Markle, falsely, basically appropriating a story like that 43% Nigerian, which was the real story of this girl who grew up in a white household, but she looked black. And then when she did a DNA, we did a thing on that, remember, Pat? And then she wrote a book about it, and she was 43% Nigerian, and Meghan pretty much stole her story and said that that's how she found out she was Nigerian. So we're talking about a liar. I mean, pathological liar. I mean, this is a woman who has no shame.
And she claimed she was from Malta. Didn't she say she was another?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the Malta. I love that one. I really do.
It's just unbelievable. I just think that she's somebody that needs to be exposed, and people are especially in Hollywood, are starting to see it for what it is, and that's
Oh,
why I think she didn't show up to that
don't be
Kevin
cheeky.
Costner event.
But
It
do you
said
know what?
she was sick.
Here's an intrusive thought from my ADHD, right? Like, we're no, in fact, no, we're not going to say that. We're not going to say that. We're just going to be quiet, and then we're going to take it back to Meghan and Harry. That was close. I wanted to say that was an 8.5 on the risky intrusive thoughts there. Uh,
Oh, okay.
that was
What's
that was.
going to happen with the German documentary, Pidana? You
Thank
were
you.
doing a little bit of
Yeah.
research about that, sweetie.
Well, yeah, I've been trying to get more info, but it still looks like it's coming out this December. It's moving forward. They're
Oh,
just making sure, and I can't wait for it to come out. It's
oh,
just going to be one of those
you,
things.
you and me both.
And this, and I've forgotten about this, Pidana. I don't know if I told you about this. Oh, by the way, before you forget, tomorrow, Pidana and I are going to do a deep dive where the $4 million are missing in Archwell. We got some good juicy stuff there. But but I wanted to ask you this because now that we're touching, I know I was going to forget about it if I didn't ask you. um what do you make of the there's a blind item that says that Meghan Markle was in the process of doing a lawsuit suing somebody, and then she canceled the lawsuit because her OBYGYN whatever was going to be called to witness as witness was going to be
Yeah,
deposed, so she canceled the lawsuit.
I heard
OBGYN,
about that.
that's the American term for like a lady doctor, right? Like the
That's
gynecologist.
the guy that delivered her kid,
Okay, yeah, okay.
or the
So,
person who delivered her kid was going to be deposed. She was in the process of suing somebody, and she dropped the lawsuit when she found out the doctor who delivered a kid, or Lily, was going to be deposed. What do you make
that's
of that?
interesting. Yeah, like what lawsuit could it have been though?
I'm gonna have Auntie and ask him again. I'm gonna have to ask Auntie, but it was apparently it has something to do with the German documentary.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
Okay.
apparently she wasn't so they said we're gonna depose because if you see if she's counteracting, and this is the thing, if you're gonna sue somebody, you have to present evidence, right?
Yeah, to
And then
prove it's not true.
for that would need, so that the other side apparently were deposing the guy who delivered the children,
Uh,
and she's like, okay, we're not having any of that.
yeah,
That's
that's interesting. I've got to talk about that because I think that definitely is that reveals some things, you know.
I mean, well, that's interesting because, and why do you think she hasn't sued anybody in the American press? Why hasn't she called racism? All these white people accusing her of being a dictator in heels. The worst one was she was accused of being Hitler in heels. Did you see that?
Right, yeah. Uh-huh, the Daily Beast.
So,
Yeah, I think people are probably plotting and planning to bring a lawsuit against her just because they see what's happening to Diddy now. But it's very tricky. I've been looking into this employment law, and unless you're discriminating against someone's class, character, class, it's difficult. But you can also claim unemployment, and if you quit your job because of how you're treated. But I don't know. I think she is definitely in some trouble with some people that may be thinking about doing that, suing
well,
her.
I mean, usually if the suing's coming, the beatings in the newspaper are the test pilot to see if anybody gets called out or taken to court for the bashings in the papers, and nothing's happening there. She's been called out and called all kinds of names, and the sources are being held, kept secret, that have came out that she's a horrible person, and arguably we could have said that would have been like possibly a libel or defamation course if somebody. I mean, is that? I mean, I don't know how rich people work and how much money it takes for somebody to just slap you with a lawsuit because you have an opinion. Um, but I think you're right. I think we're going to see. I think we're seeing something building.
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
anyways, I have to
absolutely.
get going, but
So do I.
I
Okay,
have to get going.
that's
We've been
okay.
here for almost an hour, 42 minutes. But thank
Yeah.
you so very much. And we'll see you next Friday, guys. And I hope you can join us tomorrow because we're gonna do a deep dive. We're actually not going by rumors. Pat's calling the IRS, and we're gonna go into the actual website where things are, and we're gonna show it live on air what's going on. Because
Hmm.
things are not what they seem. They should have reported the additional 4 million, because in accounting you don't, I'm not going to disclose it this year, I'm going to disclose it next year. It doesn't work that way in accounting. Okay. And we're going to have a lot of receipts. So it's going to be very, very interesting. So I hope you can join us tomorrow. It's at 3:30 Nicaragua time, 5:30 Ohio time. I don't know which one. Look at that was Otis. Oh, I'm going to show up Otis. I have it's coming on my next video pack. And by the way, I just want to do a public service announcement. Do not go see the Joker 2. Save your money.
Listen, I'm not listening to it. Okay, this is going to be.
Save your money. I have
Really?
never been so angry in my life.
I'm not buying it. It's the first Joker is.
You're gonna go watch it tonight if you want to waste your money, because I'm gonna do a movie review. I've never done a movie review. I am that one and Poor Little Creatures. That movie was a PDO thing.
But movie,
the Joker 2, I went there with high expectations. I expected more from Joaquin Phoenix. You have disappointed me.
Oh my God! How dare you? How dare you, Paula? I will let you sit here and trash the royal family, but how dare you talk about Joaquin?
I don't go see it, Pat. It is the most disgusting, stupid. I mean,
listen, the first movie,
Joker as a musical.
I watched that first movie and I was like,
it's nothing like the first movie.
Finally,
they screwed it up.
Understands me.
They screwed up a classic. They screwed up something they should have never done. What they did.
I will wait and see, right? But I'm telling you now, that first Joker movie.
Oh God, I was so disappointed. I was phoning my son, and I'm like, I kept wanting to leave, and it's like, please tell me it's gonna get better. But it's that thing. And then you stay until the end, Pat. It's like,
Paula, how many times have you heard me say, how much would I love my life to be a musical? Okay, and it's a musical about a sociopath.
No, but this is not the musical you think. This is not La La Land. Okay, this is not Chicago. This is nothing like that. This is terrible.
I'm gonna
terrible.
I'm gonna watch it right now. I'm gonna watch it right now, and I'm gonna phone you in about 3 hours time and berate you.
Please do.
Oh, I will.
Say, Paula, you were right.
No. You have no idea the connection I have to the character Joker in the first Joker. Like, I'm telling you now.
You're gonna call me crying. Let's make a bet. $20. I will do it live here. P. you're the witness.
Okay.
$20. You're gonna call me. $20, and you're gonna eat your words. You're not gonna find anything in that movie.
Nah, my money's too easy. I'll take a forfeit. No, we can't do that, because I'll just tell you that it was amazing and lie, and then make you do something ridiculous, because that's how corrupt I am. But yeah. Can someone please screenshot Paula? She's frozen right now in the most fabulous way possible. So if we can get that shared, and if my Twitter was posted earlier, if you can tag me, if everybody here who's got a Twitter account can take a screenshot of Paula like this and just mass tag me in it, that would be fabulous. Best caption wins the $20 from that bet that Paula just made. All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, listen.
All right. Thanks,
I know you guys are short for time. Thank you, P. Dana. I'm going to stick around and chat for another 20 minutes with everybody.
Okay. All right. Take care.
Nice seeing you, P. Dana. Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Let's just leave Paula like. In fact, you know what? Boom. All right. So, she's gone. Oh, never mind. Well, listen, I'm going to chat for another 10, 15 minutes. Because, why not? I don't think the boss has got anything on after this. I don't think so. Let's have a look. Ron has gone rogue again. There doesn't seem to be anything else live tonight. Let me just check and see if there's anything being from content wise, and then we can just go rogue for 10, 15 minutes. Let's have a look. Premiering. That's on the 8th. What date is it? The 4th. All right, we're good. Oh, yes. We're running amok. People. But listen, everybody, how's everybody been, right? How are you all doing, right? Like, life is, it's an interesting one. Like, you heard someone come to my door earlier. That was a friend of mine popping around with his dog so that I could give his dog a cuddle, right? Because I'm missing my dog a lot. Like, I really, really am. And Dan went to visit her mum's, and then she got ill. So she's getting over the sniffles. And I kind of been here by myself, right? And it's amazing how much of my time was spent pretending to have a conversation with a dog doing the dog's fake voice, having a conversation back with me. Yeah, that's kind of crap. But listen, I'm not taking away anything from the seriousness of Yemen, just so you know. But yeah, the world right now is, it is. So a friend of mine has got this beautiful big bully dog, right? And just amazing. So I think he's like, hey, listen, do you want to borrow the dog for a couple of weekends? Are you feeling okay? I was like, yeah. So I think I'm going to go camping and do maybe a couple of nights camping, take his pooch up camping, and see what we can do. Because Thor's ashes are back now. I'm going to collect them from my mum's after the weekend. And, you know, for me, sounds messed up. But when I explain to people what Thor was to me, right? He wasn't just a pet. He was almost like he was kind of like the owl from Harry Potter or the phoenix from Harry Potter. He was very much part of my spiritual world, and it's an interesting one. The first dog I've ever had from a puppy as well, and raised myself, so it's interesting. But it's an interesting one. But like I say, once baby Nova's here, we will look at the new chapter. I know now where to go looking, the color of dog, the breed of dog, the name of the dog, everything has already been presented to me. So now it's just a case of getting the time, finding the right time, and going in and getting the next chapter started, you know? Yes, thank you, Susie. Thank you. 10 points for Susie. So yeah, but it's crazy because like I got a phone call from Dan, I think it was like might have been this morning, and she was like, oh, I had a dream about Thor. It was so vivid, it was amazing. And I woke up the same morning to a Google Memories that was just memories of Thor. It's amazing. It's amazing how the universe and energy all works, you know. Do you know what, Liz? I would love to do a live with Beverly. And people like Beverly. Because a lot of the things she was saying are the things that I've been sort of saying to you for a while. Energy, about, you know, the negative side of it all, and how fear and pain generates all of this. It was really refreshing. It was really refreshing for me to hear all that. Are you scoobing? I don't know what scoobing means. Is that like Scooby snacks? What are we talking about here? Talking about Scooby snacks. Oh, I've met the 100 subs. Okay, right. Hang on a second. Let me go fix that. Also, as well, I just want to say, people who are new to Discord, sadly, I don't run my Discord like you can come in here and say whatever mad thing you want to say. So yeah, just know it's a fun, happy community full of adults that proactively look to improve the day of each other. So all are welcome, but know that the fun-loving, laid-back Ron sometimes has to be the leader of a community. All right. And I use that word very loosely. Generate link, copy link, slap in link, boom. Do you know, we have got a lady who joined our Discord just because she's a fan who is in her 70s. How freaking awesome is that? She's never used Discord. She came into the voice chat the other day and was giving us all a good bit of banter. What a legend. What a freaking legend, mate. 70 years old. Freaking love that. Love that. You know, sadly, our position of resident crazy has already been filled, and he's doing fantastic in his job. I just want to say, yeah, it's good. It's good. So yeah. What else we got? Putting me down. I'm not putting you down. What did I say? What did I say? I'm not putting you down. What did I say? What is Discord? Oh, no, I'm not putting you down for not knowing what Discord is, mate. Don't worry. No. But the easiest way of imagining what Discord is, do you remember what a forum was in the early 90s on the internet, where there was loads of topics and you would pick food, and then you would be taken into a room where everyone's posting about food. That's kind of what Discord's like, but also very much like every form of social media DMing platform that there is, if that makes sense too. Can I just do this and then do this? Yes. Brilliant. Mickey Jackal, that's me. Is that you? Are you who I was just talking about? You're a freaking legend, mate. You're a freaking legend. I have to say, maybe we'll. Does anybody in Discord want to come in and have a wee chat with me? I'll pull you into the members only voice room. Kaza, why don't you come in? I hear you've had a few cervezas. So yeah, that would be quite interesting. Is my I don't even know if anything's working. Oh, I know why it's not working. I've got to do that, right? Okay, and then I need to do this. Broadcast stream. Why is nothing? Testing. Test. Yeah, it's freaking working. It's just bullshit me. Yeah, there you go. So Paula, yeah. Oh, wait, the Kaza bear.
Hi.
What's happening?
I'm getting pissed. That's what's happening.
All right, relax. We're live on the Sean Atwood channel. We can't use words like that.
Sorry.
We'll get.
That means I'm getting full of tea.
Yeah, exactly. We can't talk about anything like that because we're on YouTube. You're having some Capri Suns.
Yes, that's
Capri Suns.
Yeah, couldn't remember what they were called.
That's all right. That's all right. But what's? Hang on a second. Let me just do this and this, and then I do believe if I pop you out of here, I can then do this, and then do that, and then you're kind of on the screen a little bit. Yeah. So listen, if anyone wants to come and join the Discord, come and join us. Once you're proactive and things like that, you'll be given a green badge. And then on nights where we're on a channel with masses of subscribers that have to be defended from the crazies of the internet, you'll be dragged into there. And on other nights, when maybe we're just on my channel and things like this, we'll make it a bit more open. So yeah, listen, you've been away camping. I'm not going to lie, Kaza, you've been away.
Yeah.
So you went away, you came back, all this Diddy stuff's been going on. Have you been following it? What are you thinking? Like, where's your feeling on the whole Diddy scenario?
Well, so for me, right, I have a long time. I have watched Jaguar, right? I've watched Gene Deal. I've known this for quite a long time. So I knew this would all come out eventually.
Yeah.
And now it has. So everyone's talking about it, and it's all stuff that I've already known. So yeah, I'm in for all of it. I like to see everybody's.
Do you think because there were so many people that have like ex-colleagues of Diddy's, ex-musicians, people like Jaguar, do you think because there's so many actual credible sources that got discredited over time, do you think there's just too much now for people to be able to push this under the rug?
Yeah, 100%. Yep. I think there's no escaping this now. For me, it's like the island guy.
Yeah.
It's like the same kind of folk.
Same vibe for you.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep. I don't know what the outcome's going to be for Diddy, but it just doesn't look good.
No, it certainly doesn't look good at all. And it's not even that it's just for Diddy. You know what I mean? But I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Like going back to Usher and things like that. When you discover everything from when Diddy got involved with Usher, and you know what you know about what happened there, then that's the alarm bells that should have been ringing. But like everything else gets swept under the carpet, nobody is exposing it.
Yeah. Well, people people
later.
are exposing it, but it's how, for example, I couldn't understand when I found out about Jaguar why she hadn't got more traction than she had. And obviously, we've talked about this before. She was a former dominatrix. And I'm telling you now, if we dig deep, we'll probably find that as being the narrative for people discrediting her over time. I mean, I'm not saying that that is the case, but it's it's the tool they use. We're talking about a world where if you get arred as a woman, right, but on Facebook 2 years ago you posted a picture of yourself in a short skirt kissing a girl, the courts are going to be like, yeah, I mean, come on. It's sick. It's sick and infuriating. You know, there was actually a documentary called R is Now Legal in the UK or something like that. It was called. Go Google it. It's a wild watch, because see, when you break down the percentages of how many women report that, okay? I think it's like 14% or something like that.
I mean, that's shocking. That is absolutely shocking, because they're discredited.
No, it gets worse. Do you know what the acceptance rate of that 14% is for them to go to court? How many of that 14%, right, as a statistic, as a percentage, do you think get taken to court?
I bet it's about like 3% or something.
Yeah, cut that by 5. Okay, so it's less than 1%. Okay.
Bloody hell.
So if we've got less than 1% of 14% of all cases being seen to, I mean, that is, I mean. It's just wild. And do you know what the fucking worst thing is? You, the victim, are the one who's persecuted. You're the victim who they're going to go through all your shit. They're going to put all your stuff out there. It's kind of a bit mad when you think about it, because more respect is given to blue collar and white collar, like fraudulent stuff, than it is for our cases, if I'm being honest.
It's like the women are discredited and made out to be like they asked for it, or because they were dressed a certain way means they were looking for it.
They act a certain way.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
It's wild. It really. And do you know what? That's 2024, mate.
It's like trying to justify it. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it's fucked up. I mean, it's a Spangles. I'm probably off by a few percent, but it's horrible. Like, I'm not far off. I'm very much paraphrasing. But just wild. And here's another one. So about 5 years ago, I opened up a video series on a man who owns a haunted house in America called McCamey Manor. His name's Russ. And we're talking alleged underage activities and hard drives full of what you would call Class C material. So creepy men that take pictures of your kids at Walmart and all this kind of stuff. He had wads of it. Years of domestic violence and abuse. He was just arrested, and we were all like celebrating this fact because he finally got charges brought to him, serious fucking charges, and they've now all been dropped. So I've got a video which is all of the. I mean, you're talking. There was hundreds of hours. We done things that no one else had ever done before with that case, and every time there's a documentary on any streaming platform about this, the work that me, my channel, my team, all of the community did, and I'm going to put a new video together that ties in everything we did with everything that the new generation have done to bring down Russ. And I tell you what, man, I can't create Ben. It's Ben something or other. This guy is a guy who moved to California and slept on the beach for 3 months and didn't have enough money for rent until he made money on YouTube and wanted to live his goddamn dream. And he's a wacky looking kind of surfer dude with his brother. And they go undercover inside cults to expose them. And I don't mean like in a funny haha way. Like, I'm pretty sure one time for like 2 months, they pretended they were like, there's videos of them like washing dishes for this cult because that's what they have. That's their job in the cult. And it's fascinating stuff, man. And he does it in a way that is like, for example, one of my documentaries is like 4 hours long, right? A video of his that I would have stretched out to 90 minutes is probably 18 minutes long. So they're very
Right.
fast. They're very fast moving videos. The information comes well. But you need to check it out. And here's an interesting question for you. Let's talk about, just because, we're going rogue. What are what are the sort of YouTube channels that nobody would think that you watch, Kaza, that you enjoy watching? Like, what are your kind of YouTube guilty pleasures?
On the spot.
Oh, well, so for
Um,
example, I've become addicted to these best and worst tech openings from Temu, right? I can't get enough of it. I cannot get enough of watching people waste their money on shit from Temu. I can't get enough of it.
Uh-huh.
I can't get enough of
Right.
it. But there's a channel called Ants. What the hell is it called? Hang on. Let me just.
I can't really think. Like, a guilty pleasure on YouTube is maybe like.
No, I know you spend all your time on the OF. We get that, right? So it's called Ants Canada, right? It's called Ants.
Not yet.
It's called Ants Canada, right? I need to show you this, right? So this is a channel, right? Obviously, I'm just filling dead air while I bring it up. And imagine, right?
Yep.
Some crazy man whose job it is to look after and study insects, right?
Mm-hmm.
Building massive worlds inside his own house in his lab and documenting it all, but it's filmed like a Lord of the Rings movie, right?
I don't watch movies, so I've never seen
a major crisis, and I have to leave. This is Pandora, my 1,000-gallon cloud rain
fucking ant nerd.
Okay.
Forest vivarium, which is attached by a glass bridge to Orcadia, a treetop canopy vivarium.
I mean, I'm not being funny, but if you're into vivariums and stuff, this is vivarium.
Mm-hmm.
This is like adult content, but featuring vivariums. This is how sexy.
Vivariums. That's Nikki's Steads. That's her bag. She knows about that.
Yep, Nikki, this one's for you, doll.
On the floor above.
So I'm going to skip through it a bit so you can see the level of photography this guy uses.
His ultimate destiny. Hello, my dear, said the female. I've been waiting for you.
This shit's in 4K.
The male moved in to breed with her, using his pedipalp.
Okay, well, we can't show that on YouTube. We can't show any of that sassy animal action. But there's honestly, you'll watch one video and then you'll be like, why have I just sat and watched this for 7 or 8 hours? And he starts off at humble beginnings 15 years ago on YouTube. Look at his little look at it all. It's tiny. Look at it all. Look. And then you get to.
I can't see it.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forget you're not here with me. But it's just amazing. And if you like, taking a moment to get out of the real world just a little bit, this is one of those channels that's great for it. And when I found this guy, he was probably on 700,000 subs, and this was about a year before COVID. And during COVID, he had to get rid of a lot of his colonies because obviously you can only do so much without being able to go out and get supplies and all this kind of stuff. The guy is just off his nut, but it's fascinating to watch people who build ecosystems that they don't touch. Okay, so for example, having a jar, and people I'll fill the jar up with dirt, and wait a second, I don't think anyone can hear you. Oh no, maybe they can. I think they can hear you. They fill the jars up with dirt and seal them, and then you just let life play out inside the jar.
Okay.
And it sounds odd, but what the hell is it called? Is it called a terrarium? Is that what that's called? A terrarium?
Yeah.
That's what it is. I love that idea, man.
So do I love them. They're amazing.
It's so fascinating to think that a little world can just exist in a jar, a micro world.
Exactly. Yep. It's amazing.
It's fascinating.
It's the same with like the mountains and stuff. Like when I was going through Glencoe, when I was going through Loch Lomond.
I mean, I don't know.
And things to think like how many million years that.
I mean, sure, it is just a fancy. It's just a big pile of dirt, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just a big pile of dirt that over millions of years has grown shit and looks aesthetic. I get what you're saying though. I really do.
It's just astonishing. It's like amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I like Scotland is the shizness.
Oh my God, we're so lucky. We're
Oh,
so
yeah.
lucky.
Don't tell anyone though.
No, don't. Shh.
You know what I'm saying? Like
We're only joking. It's a mess.
Scotland's terrible. We will. We. No, I can't say that word. Can't say that word on YouTube. Can't do that. That was close.
Oh my goodness.
Did you watch the movie last night with us?
Actually didn't. No, because me and Tam only came back yesterday.
Yeah.
Really?
I love that your partner's named Tam.
Sorry, I'm talking rubbish. We came back on Wednesday.
I love the fact that your partner's called Tam.
I know.
Oh, it's the fucking most. It's the biggest cliche for a random Scottish name ever. Do you know what I mean? Fucking Tam.
Aye.
You got Big Tam. You got Wee Tam. You got Young Tam. You got Old Tam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, he's just my Tam.
That's adorable. Big shout out to Tam. All right.
Yeah. Did you hear about my punch up in the co-op car park?
Oh, I swear to God, if you actually had a punch up with Tam, just let Tam know what I used to. Just let him know what I used to do on YouTube. If he wants to, if he ever wants to break your heart, you just remind him who your friends are. Okay.
Don't you worry, he won't ever do that.
I'll be honest with you. I would be terrified.
I punched the chuter twice.
You punched a you can't be punching people, Kaza.
I had to save my man from going to jail.
Oh wow, he's a fucking Tam. Oh my God, my boyfriend Tam that I had to jump in the middle of to save him from going to jail. You are an episode of like Scottish. What the fuck is Scottish? Scottish, like I don't want to say shameless, right? Because that's too
right,
too far gone. Right? But
take that.
I love how you sound Scottish, and everything you've told me tonight is so stereotypically Scottish. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if I wasn't Scottish and saying all this to you, this is what I would refer to as racism.
Oh, right.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't do that stuff.
Because it's fabulous. But I'm glad you're happy. I'm glad everything's working out for you.
I'm happy, and my trip was amazing, and our country is fucking beautiful. So please come visit, spend your money. I mean, there's everything you could ever think of, guys.
No, she's lying.
Please
don't come here.
No,
don't come here.
Donald.
Don't come here. It sounds like you've had a good. You sound very relaxed. I don't think I've heard you this unwound in a long time, Kim.
Donald, I'm very hard, mate.
Exactly. You go camping. You pick the hanky that you're going to hang out the back pocket for the night, and out you go. Kim, I'm shaking.
Mate, wait till you hear this, right? Everybody will laugh if they understand. But I bought a wee bucket that had a ghost on it for Halloween.
Yeah.
It cost 50 pence.
Please don't tell me you shat in the bucket. Please don't tell me you shat in the bucket.
No, I didn't shit in it.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Wee bucket's fine. Wee bucket's fine. I'm okay with that. Have you seen the Shiwis?
Yes.
How can I just say right now, right? The Scrub Daddy and the Shiwi have made someone multi-millionaires.
Bloody Nora. What is that? What was the thing you said first?
The Scrub Daddy. The Scrub Daddy.
Right, so I take it that's for the
listen, it's just it's just a little sponge that you use for your dishes, but it goes hard in cold water for when you're scrubbing stuff on the walls, and it goes softer in hot water, and it's about £2.50, and it was on Dragon's Den, and it's the most successful item to have ever come from one of those shows because it's so simple. And it's got a little face with a smile that's designed for you to put your spoons in, and then you squeeze it, and the little smile cleans your. Trust me, next time you're in Aldi, look for a Scrub Daddy, buy one, and you'll be like, I have fucking been wasting my life with sponges.
No. I've got one of them, right? But it doesn't clean your dishes properly.
No, that's not a Scrub Daddy. No, you're lying. That's all. You're just using half a brick.
Is that the thing you put the liquid inside the handle?
No, that's what we all got lied to, and we all had them, and then we were like, why am I going through fairy like it's fucking water? Right. Also,
so this is something different.
Yeah, I'll get you a picture. I'll save you. Can somebody in Discord post a fucking picture of a Scrub Daddy, please? Also, Morgs, welcome to the Sean Atwood channel.
Morgs, baby.
Hi.
All right. Is this going to descend into madness? Is this a bad idea? Like, because you both sound like you've both had fucking Capri Suns.
Yes. Morgs, how are you?
Morgs, we're live on the internet. Okay, 1,300
I'm
people.
live on the internet. I was not aware. Okay, I just was dropping by to say hi really fast.
Okay, good. I'm glad I got in there with her. We're live on the Sean Atwood channel before
Yeah,
madness kicked in. So, but yeah, well, listen. You're an interesting character, right? It's coming up for Halloween. All right, we've got
Yep.
some pretty Halloween, eccentric, if that's the right word, fans in our community. Mac builds his own Mac builds this
Oh,
thing
wow.
outside his house every
Yeah.
year for the community, right? And it's genuinely a haunted house that he lets people go through, and there's all these like actors and like props, and it looks really fucking good this year. Like it looks good every year, right? But you know when you tell your mate something looks good because you want them to feel good about themselves, he's so past that stage now. It is fucking amazing. So I think we'll need to do a night where Matt gets to show all that off, and we need to get Morgs on talking about all the weird madness that Halloween and spookiness brings for her.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, and I will say he's done it all on like a regular person wage, so he's got to pull a lot of thriftiness out of his hat. Really funny though, when one of your props that you buy off the internet looks a lot like one of your friends who just lost his eye, and the prop is a guy with a big hook in his eye.
Oh no, I've not saw that yet.
Go and ask Mac to show you the rubber Randy with the hook in his eye. It's wild.
No, for Randy.
It's so funny. It's Randy, man. I mean, Randy's hard. Randy's going to outlive us all, but by the time he dies, he's going to have one leg left, and that's it. Do you know what I mean?
I love Randy. Randy's my brother.
Randy's all of our brothers. We all collectively, as a human race, need to take responsibility for Randy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's serious. Also, as well.
Shane.
Yeah. Listen, Shane, Morgs, Mac, Randy. There's a bunch of people that have been in this community. Well, this is what I love. We have got the old school people from 5, 6, 7 years ago that have integrated beautifully with the new chapter people like yourself, Kaz, like Lisa, like the resident madman.
That's what I love as well.
Yeah.
We've just all gelled together perfectly.
I think honestly, all of the old members were really pleased to see an enthusiastic new group of mods who are going to come in and take the reins for a little bit. And I think they've done fantastic. Everyone's done really, really well.
It's been almost 10 years. Almost 10 years.
Wow, Morgs. Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of
no, that's what I like as well. The old and the new have mixed, gelled together.
Yeah.
And we're like a wee family.
Yeah. It's incredible the difference reporting on Royals and stuff with Wedger and Diddy compared to shutting down criminal activity on the dark web and the madness that can come from that. Ironically, though, if I was to write a book of all the madness that's happened on the internet and like internet lessons learned, it's incredible where all the places where I've taken the biggest amount of madness have come from are places that I would never have expected it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like there's Diddy stuff and things like that, like how deep that goes.
Exactly. Sure. Let's go with that.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's all just coming out now, but I've been watching this for a long, long time.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, hip hop and rap, I love. That is my thing. I like Eminem and, secretly, I'm a wannabe rapper.
Oh, I would just... Well, hang on a second.
What?
Okay. So I've just realized the time. And I need to now go because I have just realized the time and I need to go. And listen, join the Discord. Thank you everyone for being here.
Join the Discord, everybody. Please come join us. If you want to talk like this, we can do it there.
That's right, Kaza. Well done.
I know.
Well done.
Good.
I'm going to try and end the show from inside Discord. Like I know what I'm doing here. All right. So thank you, everybody. I need to go and be a good fiance now because I've taken weight.
Yes.
We've run amok for too long.
We love Dan.
Yeah,
We love Dan. We need to get the wish list sorted proper.
Oh
for
yes,
posting.
yeah. That's everyone's waiting on me. That is the story of my
Time's
life.
going
man.
on. Time's going on. Nova will be here like before we know it.
Baby Nova.
So-
Listen, do you want to hear the Nova heartbeat recording before we go?
Yes, yes. Everybody does.
All right.
I'll answer for everybody. We do.
All right. I thought that.
Hmm.
All right.
Here we
One
go, guys.
second. I'll just
And
play.
remake baby.
I'm just going to play the sound as opposed to show the video.
No, just the sound, yeah. Yeah.
But you just need to give me a minute. I'm scrolling up through
Of
thousands
course,
of
of
memes.
course.
There we
Everybody
go.
put pink love heart in the chat.
All right.
for
So
wee baby Make Nova.
can we get ones in the side chat if everyone can hear the start of this? Listen. Oh no, I think what I need to do is share.
Nothing yet.
Hang on.
Ronald.
What I need to do. How did I do this before? Who knows? Hang on a second. Let me just put this back here. Let me put this back here, and then we need to present. Right, but then it's gonna. It's just. Oh, it'll be fine.
Maureen Ingleton, what do you mean you've never had the haggis supper?
Oh, I don't have a haggis
That's
supper.
it.
Have some actual haggis. Have some actual haggis.
Bloody hell, but a haggis supper's amazing with brown sauce.
All right.
But
Hang on a second.
Never had the deep fried Mars bar either.
Can you all tell me now if you can hear this sound?
No.
No one can hear that. Okay, right. Final attempt. All right. Well, we're just going to show the video. All right. It's a pregnant lady. It's all right.
Oh, Ronald.
No, it's okay. We got this.
You sure? Is Dan all right with sharing
Oh,
that?
nah. All right. Hang on a second. So how did I do this before? Come on, brain. How did we do this before? Maybe I played it straight out of here. Can you hear this?
No.
I feel like kicking. She's get that off me.
Oh wait, I can just play it from my phone to the microphone.
Ask Dan, get that off me.
Hang on. I'll play it from my phone like a regular person into the microphone. What a dumbass. I try and be too technical sometimes.
Ronald, it's late. It's late.
All right, here we go, everybody. Here we go.
Pink love hearts, guys.
I feel like kicking. She's get that off me.
It's Nova trying to kick it off her.
Can't hear anything.
How could you not hear? It's coming through the mic.
Ronald, I can't hear anything. I can't hear her.
All right. Listen, crazy drunk freaking Scottish lady. All right.
I know, but I've been in my
I'll speak to you
holidays.
all shortly. Thank you. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for putting up with a little bit of nonsense at the end of tonight. Royal Mess is back every single week, and I'll be back on Monday. You'll probably see me at some point over the weekend. Thank you, every person that comes and supports me, supports Sean, supports all the stuff that we're doing. Like I say, without any of you guys, it doesn't work. So big shout out to you all. Have a fantastic weekend. If I don't see you guys in the side chat, I'll see you guys on Discord. And for me, as always, Ron Swanson, be safe out there.